90, and we were kind of passed up. We were a co-champion that year. St. Thomas went. We're very happy to be where we are now, but we're not into the playoffs. We have to win one more game.
Sitting in the 4th spot in the Midwest region, a win this Friday night gives the Cobbers a share of the MIAC title. So Bethel plays the role of a spoiler with a 6-3 mark. And after last year, the Cobbers won't look far down the road.
They defeated us last year by a field goal, and we can't look past them. You know, this is like a playoff game, though, and you know, I guess you have a tendency to look past that, and we know we need a good showing to get into the playoffs, and definitely need to pick up the victory.
We have more to play for than they do. They can't even move up in the standings. They've got 3rd place cinched. They can't move up any higher than that, whereas we can win it all and go on to postseason play. So motivation certainly should be on our side.
In his 27th year, this is one coach who has a grip on his team's capabilities. Chris feels this team is simply on the verge of something big.
Personnel-wise, we rank with the 88 and 86 teams that got into the playoffs. 86 went all the way to the semifinals. Our talent is there, and you need a break here and there, and you got to stay healthy.
All right, in Minnesota high school.
And if he is unable to go, Mike Flynn, who has had spare playing time recently, is ready to go. He had suffered a mid-season injury, was slow to get back into the groove, but they have every confidence in him. The junior from Redwood Falls has been just kind of biding his time in the last few weeks.
Mike Flynn and Mike Albertson are definitely prototypes of each other. It just happened to be Flynn got hurt, Albertson stepped up a notch and got that opportunity, took advantage of it. Mike Flynn's very capable. He's got 7 touchdowns on the year, so he's the kind of guy that can step in and get those yards.
Eli Schaff is in the backfield at 153 yards rushing last week, is number 2 in the league rushing behind Jeremy Tweet, the number 1 rusher from Bethel.
Well, more than anything, this football game is big instinct here, but Eli Schaff, like something where he's 100 yards or 80 yards shy of Tweet from the other side, and they're both juniors, they're both competitive players, and they both really blossom as the years come along, and the Cobbers got to be real happy with Eli Schaff has got the second half of the season.
And on a personal side, Eli Schaff has 92 yards to go to reach 1,000 yards, the milestone. And on this turf, we would think that's certainly a possibility.
Oh, more than capable. And, like I've said, the last couple of games, especially the last half of the season, Eli Schaff has really big mistake. That's what really helped them out. They played real consistent football defensively.
Linebackers for Bethel have Pete Hallstrom in the middle at 6'2", 220, and a junior. And the outside linebackers, Travis Littlefield at 219, a junior, and Joe Johnson, 6'1", 185, a junior. And something we notice on this front 4, Wade, and the linebacking core, not overly big.
No, but they got great speed, and that's what they've used. They've really struggled with size, but they have that unbelievable speed, and that's going to be an advantage here in the turf tonight.
At the corners, Jason Boatman, 191, a senior, and Chris Furch, 187, and a sophomore. The free safety is Aaron Newbert at 184 and a senior, and Brad Leafblad at 189. Leafblad is a senior. So the ball being put on the tee. Cobbers will get the ball to start things off. Eli Schaff is back, waiting for the kick near the 10-yard line. Torrey Langamo on the far side. And Mike Halverson on the near side, or Eric Bechtold rather. Eric Bechtold on the near side. And there was a diamond formed on the return with Mike Flynn at the front. And here is the kickoff, and we are underway. It's a deep kickoff, angles to the far side, taken at the 12. Drop picked up by Langamo. He's at the 25, 30, to the near side, 35, 40, and all across the 45 to the 46-yard line, one step away. And finally, the tackle was made at the 45-yard line by Chris Birch.
A lot of special teams basically kick the ball like Schaff. He's a great kicker. You fail to realize Torrey Langamo is as good an athlete as anybody back there, and he's done some great things for him on special teams.
Something the Cobbers haven't had this year is a breakaway, either on a punt or a kickoff for the big score. But this return by Langamo sets up great field position for the offense at their own 46-yard line. Kyle Oderman steps under center, runs out of an I formation. Drops to the near side, now rolls. Looking, swings the pass out, has Nathan Mosef open, makes the catch at the Bethel 43-yard line, close to the first down.
Getting outside, and Kyle Oderman makes that decision. Tuck it under, take the ball, right there, he makes a great decision, gets the ball to Nate Mosef.
Part of the game plan tonight is the use of the field, playing in a warm condition. These players have been practicing outside for the last number of weeks, and so not used to playing inside. They'll be using a lot of different players and making sure that everybody is rested for their time. It is a first down at the Bethel 43-yard line. Drop play near side, and it goes down. Eli Shupp on the carry just did get back to the line of scrimmage before he was stopped. Middle linebacker Pete Hallstrom in on the play.
You know, the thing that the Coppers are probably going to do here tonight is they're going to throw the ball a little bit more. Bethel's 6th in the league versus the pass, and they're absolutely tough against the rush. They only average about 100 yards getting up on the ground, so you might see the Coppers throw here.
Shupp averages about 4.6 per carry and has worked his average to the 100-yard mark after a 153-yard performance last week at St. John's. Langamo out of the slot, comes in motion. The play option out at Kyle Oderman. Tucks it, keeps it himself. Inside the 40, goes down inside the 38-yard line. And a gain of about 5, almost 6 yards for Kyle Oderman.
We see Kyle Oderman finally tuck the ball and take it himself and really take it and just want to run the ball downfield, because everybody starts queuing on Eli Shupp. As he's tucked it under, he gained 400 yards, and a lot of that has been gained in the last few games.
Torrey Langamo will go wide to the right side. Cobbers on 3rd and 4 at the Bethel 37.5-yard line. Sean McGee is wide near left side. A quick look out on the right side. Langamo makes the catch, hauls it in, first down, and then scrambles for a couple of extra to the 28-yard line, stepping in front of the corner, and linebacker Joe Johnson on the far side to make the reception.
Fantastic job with that.
The epitome of a possession receiver. Down now at the 27, it's first down Concordia. McGee near left side. Langamo wide to the right. Oderman 2 for 2 in the early going. Inside handoff to Mike Halverson. Spins away from a tackle, but goes down after a short gain at the 26-yard line. And we see the Cobbers employing the same type of game plan here as we saw last week and the week before and the week before. Little fullback blast right up the middle on first down.
Well, they're going to go right at you, and that's what they do first down. And you know, that's that ability, that great front 5 line. You know, those are some big boys in the front line. And I tell you what, they haven't missed a meal, and they're hungry here tonight.
Second down and 9 after a 1-yard gain by Halverson. Now offset strong left side. Oderman steps under, rolls out on the near side on the option, will keep, but is caught from behind and goes down at the 25-yard line. Great pursuit by free safety Aaron Newbert. It came in and foiled the play after a short gain.
And that's where speed over both sides at times. Bethel's got that great speed, and their defense is able to swarm the football, and as a result, they got Kyle Oderman.
Cobbers will work off the left hash mark. Cobbers taking the opening kickoff, going right to left here at the Dome tonight. We're just underway, no score. Cobbers now facing a third down play, third, and about 8 yards to go for the first down. They have taken a long time in the huddle, having to hustle up now. We're closing in on the 5-second mark to get the play away. McGee goes wide to the right side, and with 3 seconds to go, here's the option out to Eli Shupp. Gets a key block, turns inside the 20, and picks up the first down at the 16-yard line. Big block thrown along the far side by Sean McGee.
Sean McGee and also Mike Halverson have asked for a better choreographed play. They're the first one to look at that film and say, look, everybody was blocked. As a result, Eli Shupp gets the field and gets that first down.
They will mark it right at the 15-yard line. So the Cobbers impressive, or back at the 16-yard line. Cobbers impressive on this opening drive. Torrey Langamo comes out. They will have John Jaskin in at a tight end spot on the near left. Merseth, the tight end on the right. Lone receiver, Sean McGee, to the near side. There's the drop play. And to the right side, Eli Shupp breaks a tackle, squirms and paddles his way inside the 5-yard line. First and goal, Concordia.
Eli Shupp, 180 pounds, runs like a running back, about 6'2", 230. He's just got that great second effort. Does a fantastic job there.
Brad Leafblad from strong safety comes up to make the tackle. It was a hard job for Leafblad, but finally pulled down Eli Shupp inside the 5-yard line. So it's first and goal. They'll go with their short yardage team now. Rod Edlundin is on the right side of Mike Halverson with Eli Shupp on the left side, forming a straight T behind Kyle Oderman, who turns, and inside handoff, Mike Halverson makes about a yard. And that's about what the Cobbers have been getting on first down.
Well, I tell you what, you know what we've seen in this drive, we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen the sprint out, we've seen the throwing game, we've seen the option, we've seen the dive, we've seen the traps, we've seen the draw, we've seen everything, and everything's worked pretty systematically, and they've gone about it just in a good method.
They will line up with the 2 tight ends, and again the straight T backfield. Second and goal from the Bethel 4-yard line. The turn, the handoff, right side Mike Halverson again finds little running room. Gains about a yard near the 3-yard line, and now the Cobbers face another crucial third down play.
closer you get to the end zone, the shorter the field gets, and it forces you a defense. They know that you're probably going to run the ball, especially the 40. It's a trade. They run the tight team, they go right at you. And Bethel's doing a good job here swarming to the football in the last couple of plays.
Middle linebacker Pete Holster making that tackle for Bethel. Now 3rd and goal from the 3. And the tight T. Kyle Oderman steps under. They'll open it up a little bit. Swing a pass out. He may have overthrown Merced. He did. He just lobbed it way over the end line. And beyond Merced, incomplete, and that brings up 4th down. So a drive that brought all the way to the 3-yard line now faces 4th down. And the Cobbers have had only 4 field goal tries, 6 field goal tries all year. Are going to try to pick it up. They're going to go for the 6-pointer. Sean McGee will be a receiver to the right side. Torrey Langham will back in now to the near left side. They've gone away from the dead T, and they'll go to the normal offensive set. High formation, strong right side. Back. There's the quick toss into the air. Caught. Touchdown. Nathan Mercer bobbled it, lost it in the air, then reached up to pull it back in and score.
Great job though. The ball was tipped a couple of times. Kyle Oderman, not very tall. He couldn't throw over the defenders, and hit a linebacker and hit another defender, and Nathan Mercer kind of tipped around and caught it in the back of the end zone.
3-yard pass to Nathan Mercer, his 2nd catch of the drive, and 24th of the year. That's his 3rd touchdown reception of the season. He has been just a big part of any success that the Cobber offense has had this year. Now they'll line up for the extra point, and freshman Ethan Pohl will kick. There's the snap. Bechtold puts it in place, and Pohl approaches. The kick is up. It's good. And the Cobbers score on the initial drive of the game. And with 10:16 to go in the first quarter, it's the 47th. And Bethel nothing. Yep. Pass to Nathan Mercer. Ethan Pohl, the placemaker tonight for the Cobbers. Brian Barnick, who normally has that job, has gotten full employment as a D-back, and so he'll be called on to concentrate on those duties. Here's the kickoff deep, taken inside the 10 near the 9-yard line. Hegland returns. He's got good speed, good quickness, and brings it across the 30 to the 32-yard line, and that's where Bethel's offense will set up. Now we'll have our first chance to take a look at that running tandem of Jeremy Tweet and Gene Tegland.
Tegland's got that unbelievable speed. He's averaging 6 yards per carry. That's almost unheard of when you look at the league average. The largest is usually 5 yards, and he's a yard beyond that, but he doesn't carry the ball much. He's a big play type runner.
Matt Lundeen, a sophomore, is at quarterback. His older brother, Mike, is a wide receiver. Mike Lundeen wide to the near right side. Here's the I formation. Matt Lundeen hands off left side. Big hit put on at the 35-yard line. And about a yard gain at best. Gene Tegland from his tailback spot took a big hit from Nate Prosser.
I can't say enough about the play of Chad Johnson. He's really stepped it up a notch. He's had some interceptions. Last week had a key interception against St. John. More than anything, he's really played a solid linebacker.
Brian Bohl, Jeff Grunner getting a start tonight at defensive tackle. Jason Caron and Nate Prosser, the Cobber front 4 on 2nd and 9. Wide receivers left side for Bethel. They look out, and there's the pass thrown away. It's incomplete. In the general vicinity of Cobber strong safety, or free safety rather, Brian Barnick. And here's the Cobber linebackers. Brent Weisgrim on one side with Chad Johnson. The rover is Ryan Sanis. The corners, Jared Zebarth and Tim Odland. Odland, a 5'10", 170 junior from Bismarck. And strong safety Shad Young, played his high school ball at Fargo North, and Brian Barnick, who played his ball at Fargo South. Now 3rd and 8. High formation Bethel. Wide receivers left side. Flag comes thrown in from the far side. Someone may have lined up in the zone. John Mellimont is at tight end for Bethel. He's an impact player at 250, 6'4". Mellimont is a senior. The initial indication is a penalty against Bethel. Mike Lundeen, as we mentioned, is the one wide receiver for the Royals. Along the front 4, or the front line rather, for Bethel, Aaron Hamilton, a junior. And Ryan File at 270, a junior, are the tackles. Ben Smith, Chad Richards, the guards, and Chris Peterson is at center. 5-yard penalty. It is 3rd down, and now 14 yards to go. Bethel at their own 30-yard line. I formation, Twins left side. And here's the draw play, and the Cobbers read it pretty well. Nate Prosser makes the hit, but Jeff Grunner came across to make the stop near the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of 3, almost 4 yards on the play, brings it 4th and 10, and the Cobber defense does its job on its first time out.
Time and time again against the rush. They only give up 51 yards a game on the rush. I mean, that's unbelievable. The next closest is Bethel's 2, and they give up 103 yards. So, I mean, you can look at stats, but that means a lot.
Håkan Bankston is the punter, also the place kicker for Bethel, and he booms a big one. All the way back to the 30-yard line, where it's gathered in by Stuart Lang. He's across the 40 and up near the 45-yard line. A 15-yard punt return, and the Cobbers are getting great field position in the early going.
Catches the ball and just straight ahead and gets 15 yards. That's what you want out of a punt return. If you get 10 yards, you're happy.
There you go. When you think that his running mate, Torrey Langamo, leads the league in punt returns, averaging just better than 8. And Stuart Lang had a 15-yard return on that kick. So, first down, Concordia at their own 45-yard line. Second man of the eye, Eli Schapp, dances, doesn't have much room, and is brought down after a gain of about a yard. He went behind Noah Karen and Jay Boatman on the near left side, and they open up about a yard for Schapp, who at that time the Cobbers went to the tailback rather than the fullback on first down.
Well, I think you may see the ball a little more in Eli Schapp's hands today. They not only would they want to win this football game, but those offensive line guys would love to see Eli Schapp win this rushing title. And if you're 80 yards down and the defense can shut them down, hey, it's kind of a personal thing.
Second down and 9, Cobbers at their own 46-yard line with a 7-0 lead. Twins near left. Nathan Merseth has spread out from his tight end spot wide to the right. Here's the option, and Oderman takes a hit, but gets the pitch out to Eli Schapp, and he crosses midfield and goes down at the Bethel 47, a couple of yards short of the first down, a gain of 7.
Great block there by Mike Halverson, and again, we've seen him do some things here, not only run, but he can do a great job blocking.
Yeah, there's a fullback who will gain all-conference mention just because of his blocking, let alone all the ground that he has gained this year out of his fullback spot.
Well, it's not going to hurt much that he's put the ball in the end zone 12 times. That's going to be a definite play.
There are certain people you want to go to, aren't there? Third down and about 2. Wide receiver right, double tight ends, high formation. Bethel jumps, but no flags. Eli Schapp slams off the right side, is hit down at the 41. And let's see where they spot him. He looked like his helmet got near the 45-yard line, which would have been enough for a first down, but he was hit and driven back hard by Pete Hallstrom, who was having a big first quarter for the Royals. And it's 4th and inches. It's 4th and inches, and Kyle Oderman looks to the near side for a play, and Rod Edlin comes in. That tells us the Cobbers will go with their straight T formation. With the ball at the Bethel 46. They don't need to reach the 45 for a first down. That would help. Oderman stands under center, hands off right side, and Halverson crosses the 45-yard line, and the Cobber first down.
Cobber trademark that tight T. We're going to go right at you, see if you can beat us. And I tell you what, it's such a mental thing. If you can physically get a first down that way against the defense, and we're saying, hey, we're going to run right at you, and you do it. It's kind of a mental thing.
And it moves along now. Cobbers with a 7-0 lead and 7 minutes to go, first quarter. Sean McGee goes wide to the right side. Torrey Langmo near left. Nathan Merseth sets up in the slot. The formation, offset, left side. Here's Oderman down the line. He'll keep it this time, 40 and 35. Caught from behind and pushed out of bounds near the 32-yard line. Oderman with a 12-yard gain and a first down.
You got 3 guys like Kyle Oderman, Mike Halverson, Eli Schapp. All of them are capable of breaking it and breaking away. You got to respect all 3. It's tough for a defense to defend that because they're so balanced, and that's what makes the Cobber offense so effective.
Aaron Newbert came up from his free safety spot to make the tackle for Bethel. He's been called on a lot already in this first quarter, and anytime you get your safeties involved, it tells you your front line is giving away.
Not good.
It's first down. At the Bethel 32. Wide receivers to the right side, and the inside handoff gets nowhere at all. Mike Halverson is met right at the line and stopped. And Aaron Boyum, defensive tackle, and his running mate Aaron Ferrier there to make the tackle.
Pete Hallstrom in again on that play, and it's interesting. Pete Hallstrom playing with a either separated elbow or partial chip. I mean, what a tough guy. And Steve Johnson, when he quoted, he just basically said a hard-nosed competitor. You can't say anything more for a linebacker.
There was no gain, and it leaves 2nd and 10, ball resting at the Bethel 32-yard line. Sean McGee goes wide to the right side. Torrey Langamo comes wide near left. Out of the I formation. They'll fake the counter this time and drop the pass. Orderman steps into the pocket, now forced out to the outside. He steps across the line and takes a big hit almost immediately at the 31. He got a yard after all that scrambling, with Lance Jumper, the defensive end, making the tackle.
About Kyle Orderman, you know, as many times he's carried the ball, he really isn't really injury prone. You know, when you look at a quarterback, he's real susceptible because he's running out in the open and he takes a lot of shots, but he just comes right under the hip. This is a tough competitor.
Cobbers facing their longest third down situation of the first quarter. Third and still almost 10 at the Bethel 31-yard line. They will come with twin receivers near left side. Big play for the Bethel defense if they can hold the Cobbers here. Oderman, the inside handoff to Mike Halverson, squirts to the other side, gets inside the 30 to the 29, and gains about 2 at best. A well-designed play, but well covered, and the play was stopped.
Four down territory, so it's not a bad call there. He's supposed to get 5-6 yards, and he might pull them Bethel if they don't stay home. Get the first down. Now they're 4th down and 5 yards. You can do things. You can actually run the ball still yet on this play, or you can pass it.
Aaron Ferrier dropping from his defensive tackle spot off the play to make the tackle on Halverson. Now the Cobbers face 4th and 6. From the Bethel 27-yard line. Oderman drops on a 3-step, looks over the middle, throws the interception at the 21-yard line. It's picked off by Pete Hallstrom, and he returns to the far side, the 35, the 40, and up to the 45-yard line before bumped out of bounds. And along the way, Jay Boatman, from his guard position and tackle Noah Karen, made the stop, but Hallstrom picks it off and Bethel stops the Cobbers and has the ball.
If they have a great ratio of turnover to takeaway ratio, they're always going to be in a football game. And anytime you turn it over, you change the momentum.
This could be a key play in the result of tonight's game. Bethel now trailing 7-0 with the ball at their own 43-yard line. And Lundeen goes down back at the 39. A double, triple fake, and then Jason Karen catches up and swings him to the ground.
Let's call that a coverage sack there. Copper defensive backs doing a great job. The last couple of weeks, they've just been superb on their coverage and their responsibilities, and as a result, we get a sack there.
Jason Karen was a bit dinged up after St. John's game, but with his 9th sack of the season, leads the team in that category, brings up 2nd and 15. They'll go to a single back now. Man on the slot left. Wide receivers left and right for Bethel. And the handoff comes to Gene Teglin, and he breaks through the line of scrimmage and gets up across midfield to the Cobber 47-yard line, and that's a gain of about 10 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
Teglin's all about, he carries the ball about 15 times or less a game, but he gets the 6 yards or more crack, and he's the big play guy. He's got that fantastic speed.
A bit of a delay. Teglin held back for just a moment, then took the inside handoff and had plenty of room. So a play late coming in. Bethel will have to hurry. They'll get to the line of scrimmage with 9 seconds to get the play away. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Lundeen steps under center, single setback. He'll chase back, set up the screen, and it goes incomplete, intended for fullback Jeremy Tweet, but the Cobbers had too big a rush on, led by Nate Prosser.
Play like that. The Cobber front line is so fast, they're going to get there.
So with the help of a quarterback sack on 1st down, Bethel, unable to pick up the first, will have to kick it away. Håkon Bankston had a good kick his first time. Will kick to Torrey Langamo on the near side. And Stuart Lang on the far side. There's the snap. Cobbers with the rush, but the kick away. Nice spiraling kick. Langamo back at the 9-yard line to take it. Looks for room, not much. And he is out for the 15-yard line. So the Cobbers have a bit more of an adverse situation here. 1st down at their own 15.
Hunter's advantage. You love to be the zone of the kicker. Hunter, heck, your quarterback even, because it's a true throw kicker. So be it. And as a result, you're going to see a lot of booming punts here tonight.
So the Cobbers take over with a 7-0 lead. Time running, less than 3 minutes to go. It should be a pretty quickly played football game with two teams employing the run almost exclusively. We have yet to see Lundeen throw. Not that he hasn't wanted to, he just hasn't been able to. Out of the I formation now for Concordia. Eli Shuff the tail. Mike Halverson, the front man of the I, offset strong left. They'll run it down the line. Oderman looking for room, and he'll have to eat it, and goes down at the line of scrimmage. The play forced back inside by linebacker Joe Johnson.
Bethel does a great job. Their linebackers in that 4-3 defense just do a fantastic job of flying the football, and they didn't fool anybody on that play.
Bankston, who had been averaging 34 yards a kick, has certainly been doing his job tonight for Bethel, and his last one gave the Bethel defense a pretty good situation. It's second down for Concordia at their own 15-yard line. High formation, strong right side. Oderman down the line. There's the option out for Eli Shupp. Gets a good block on the far side. Cuts back inside. He's at the 25, the 30, the 35, up to the 40. Still on his feet and down. Finally at the 45-yard line.
Every week, it's incredibly amazing how much better Eli Shupp becomes. You know, early in the year, he gets in the secondary like that. He just runs straight ahead. But Eli Shupp this week gets in the secondary, makes a couple moves, and gets that extra yardage. He's just becoming a more and more threat to be that big play running back.
A 30-yard gain for Eli Shupp. Sets up a first down at the 45-yard line. Now with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cobbers with a 7-0 lead. Scoring on the initial possession of the game. Stopped on their second. Trying now on their third. Torrey Langamo goes wide right. Sean McGee near left side. A quick look to McGee. Pass is there. He had to reach down for it and hauls it in across midfield at the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 6 yards.
Good safe pass, slant pattern, low pass, so you don't throw the interception. He makes a great catch. You get 5 or 6 yards.
McGee had 17 catches in games played this year, 3 of them for touchdowns. That was his 18th catch of the year. He'll go wide to the right side. And Torrey Langamo comes wide to the near left side on 2nd and 4. Ball resting just across midfield. Out of the I formation for the Cobbers. Kyle Oderman, second man, Shupp has the hole open up, and he lowers his shoulder at the point of first down and gains another yard to the 44.
Eli Shupp, you look at him at 5'10", 180, but he is absolutely durable. I mean, he is really a cut-strong kid, and he runs so hard, he runs into guys. I mean, he never takes a hit, he gives it in.
It was said this past week that Eli Shupp is too small, too slow to play college football. All he does is gain 100 yards a game. McGee will go wide to the right side. Merseth near left. Oderman takes the snap, rolls down the line. There's the option now to Shupp. Gets a big block from Halverson and springs inside. Still on his feet. 30 and 25. Back inside to the 20 and down at the 18-yard line. My, oh my, Eli Shupp is going wild here in the first quarter.
He's doing what they call the Eli Shuffle, because he's moving left, moving right. He's eluding guys, and then when he has to give the hit, he gives the hit. He's just absolutely on all cylinders right now.
A 25-yard gain for Eli Shupp on that carry. Now Rod Edlund comes in.
You know, the great thing about a running back, if you don't have that breakaway speed, you got to have that ability to be elusive and move and weave, and that's what he's got.
And there again, he was sprung loose on a block thrown by Mike Halverson. Edlund will take over at the tailback. Shupp will have a chance to rest up. Inside handoff to Halverson, and he's got a lot of room. Inside the 10 and down at the 9-yard line.
I think when the coaches look at these films tomorrow and they see this, they dissect this up, they're going to look at it and say, hey, we're pretty happy with our blocking responsibilities. Everybody's making their blocks. In Bethel, what can you do defensively to stop something like that? You're not making adjustments. You're just physically getting manhandled on the front.
Gain of 9 yards for Mike Halverson, second down as time runs out at the first quarter break. We'll go to the other end of the field for the second quarter with the score. Concordia 7 and Bethel nothing. Second quarter, and have it 2nd and inches at the Bethel 9-yard line. Cobbers will come up with Sean McGee wide to the near right side. Torrey Langamo wide left. Oderman options, drops back to throw. Nathan Mercer, touchdown. Nathan Mercer stole the ball away just at the last moment, took it away from the defender, and is alone in the end zone for the score.
An absolute perfect throw. You know, when Kyle Oderman's on, he's on. He just threw a dart right into Nate Mercer's hand. 6 points.
Second time tonight that Kyle Oderman has hooked up with Nathan Merseth in the end zone, and it comes on the first play of the second quarter. And now the extra point try. Ethan Pohl, 14 of 18 during the middle part of the season, kicking extra points. Connected earlier, Eric Bechtold will hold at the 10-yard line for this extra point try. There's the snap and the approach. Poles kick is up, and it is good. With 14:57 to go, first half. It's now Concordia 14 and Bethel nothing. 30 up. Barnicon is now to kick. Ryan Barnick approaches, and here's the Copper kickoff. End over end, up the middle of the field, taken at the 15-yard line by Gene Teglin. Takes a hit and goes down at the 23. Big play by Craig Gilbert, who at a while during the season was on the verge of becoming a starting linebacker, but has been a key factor in special teams play.
You know, that's a great thing to see. Not selfish at all. He's unhappy about his playing time. He's taking advantage of his opportunity in the special teams. You got to give credit to Brian Barnick. Had a nice kick there that had great game time.
Well, a sophomore from Belgrade, Gilbert will get a lot of playing time in the next 2 years. First down, Bethel, out of the I formation, twin receivers right side. Here's the pitch back to Gene Tegland, and he is undercut at the 29-yard line. And that's the most productive offensive play that Bethel has had so far, a gain of about 5. First quarter statistics, Cobbers with 156 yards, Bethel with 13. Bethel has run just 6 plays from the line of scrimmage, the Cobbers 27. Eli Schuff has already gained 92 yards on 9 carries. Second down and 4, Bethel at their own 29-yard line. I formation, first man, Tweet busts across the right side, and now Bethel, on this series at least, looks like they have their offense in motion as Tweet with the carry for the first down.
They're going to try to mix and match things, He needed 41 catches to break the Bethel offensive record. He's got 49 on the year so far, so he's obviously broke that record. He's been his brother's main target.
Matt Lundeen stands under center. On first down, Bethel at their own 35. Here's the pitch out to Gene Teglin, and he's got a big hole, and he's on his way. Nobody's going to catch Gene Teglin. He's across the 40, the 30, and the 20, and here's the 10, the 5, and a touchdown, Gene Teglin, a 65-yard run.
They won like a great game of
Well, just as it looks like the Cobbers defense has things under control. In 2 series has limited Bethel to 6 plays, no first downs. Gene Teglin comes up with a big one.
It was a simple, quick pitch, and Teglin did a great job of just finding that seam, and when he does, he's got that unbelievable speed. He just accelerated through there. He was in the secondary on the blink of an eye.
It isn't as though they haven't seen this play. It's an identical play that Teglin scored last week on the Metrodome turf against St. Olaf. Here's the extra point try by Håkan Bengtsson. The snap is there, and the flags go down as the kick is put up. It hits the upright and bounces back onto the field of play. If they take the play, the point is no good. So let's check this thing out.
I tell you what, Steve Johnson's done a great job. What he's done is what Concordia's had. You always have a great ball control offense and a defense that can stop you. And that's what they've done. You know, Steve Johnson, he had an internship at the University of Minnesota. He was a running backs coach there. So you know he's going to bring that facet. He's a running backs guy, so he favors that. He's going to ground game into that.
Dead ball foul is called against Bethel on an illegal procedure, and so they'll be allowed to try the kick again. They've moved it back 5 yards, and now the spot will be the 15-yard line for Bengtsson. Ball will be spotted down. And there's the snap. A bit high, but put down, and the kick is up and true. With 13:55 to go in the first half, it's now Concordia 14 and Bethel 7.
Yeah, sure. Didn't he have like 32 straight or something without missing? He had a record for
by Gene Teglin for Bethel. And all of a sudden, it's become a ball game once again. It's now 14-7. For those special occasions in your life, stop in at Royal Jewelers for birthdays or anniversaries or weddings or anything that deserves a special note. Royal Jewelers in downtown Fargo. Here's the Bethel kickoff, taken at the 15-yard line by Eric Bechtold. He's at the 20, the 25, to the 30, nearly caught, finally is caught and wrapped up, and is ankle tackled at the 35-yard line.
Seems like they're just about one tackle away from breaking it.
Tony Bartle off the Bethel special teams making the stop. But again, the Cobber offense with good field position have it first down at their own 35-yard line. They will line up with Sean McGee wide to the left side. Torrey Langemo comes near left. Eli Shuff is back in, and he'll take the pitch to the outside. He's at the 35, squirts to the outside, angles to the 40, and picks up 5 yards on the play. Now 97 yards rushing in the first half for Eli Shuff.
Drag it, force him to make a decision way out on the sideline.
Cobbers and St. John's tied at the top of the league at 6-1-1 after last week's tie. St. John's will finish their season tomorrow night against McAllister at the Metrodome. It's now 2nd down and 4 after Shuff picks up 6. He'll get the call again. It slants off right side across the 42 and up near the 43-yard line. Again, Halverson was ahead to lead the blocking. Tackle was made by linebacker Joe Johnson of Bethel.
You can see Eli Shuff probably touched the ball 40 times tonight, and I don't doubt it. He's got that durability and that ability to carry 40 times in the football game.
It's 3rd and about a yard to go for a Cobber first down. Early second quarter, Cobbers leading 14-7. McGee wide to the near right side. Langemo goes wide left. Bethel comes up one-on-one at the line of scrimmage. Drop, a quick look out on the near side. Merseth with the catch. Reaches out to haul it in and then scrambles across midfield to the 47-yard line of Bethel and a first down.
Really stepped it up a notch throughout the season. And Forty's got a pretty balanced core of receivers. Torrey Langemo, Nate Merseth, 2 great possession receivers, and Sean McGee with that deep threat.
Brad Leaflat again, the strong safety on the stop. That's the 3rd catch of the night for Nathan Merseth. He'll come wide to the near right side now with McGee wide left and Langemo in the slot left. The backs are strong right. Here's the quick pitch out to the short side of the field. Eli Shuff hit the shoulder down at the 45 and got an extra 4 yards to the 41-yard line. A 7-yard gain for Shuff, and the brunt of the hit taken by free safety Aaron Newbert.
Aaron Newbert is one tough kid, 6'1", 184 pounds, and he had to take that from Eli Shuff. Like I said, Eli Shuff doesn't take many hits. He likes to give them.
14-7, Concordia with the lead. And the football at the Bethel 41. 2nd down and 3. McGee will go wide left. Langemo to the near right side, straight eye formation. Shuff looking, dancing for room, finds it, and picks up the first down at the 37-yard line. Off the left side that time, behind Jay Boatman.
Front five's done a fantastic job. They're kind of the hard hats and the hard-working guys in the front line. They don't get much credit, but you know they don't demand it either. They just do a great job and go about their business in the front offensive line. Eli
Shuff now over 100 yards rushing in tonight's game, and we're early in the second quarter. He had 92 yards at the end of the first quarter. And I don't know that he has a chance of catching Jeremy Tweet tonight or not for the league rushing title, but he certainly has a good start on things. It's now first down at the 37-yard line. Kyle Oderman breaks the draw, drops the pass, steps into the pocket, still rolling. Now shoots it on the near side, looking for Langemo. And for perhaps the first time all year, he didn't hang on to it. He had to go down for it, kind of twisted back on it, and just couldn't get control. Not very often that we'll see a ball in that neighborhood that Torrey Langemo can't hold on to.
Well, Torrey Langemo is just a great possession receiver. He's just like he's got glue on his hands. He makes unbelievable catches. But what he does that makes him such a great receiver, he can get open. He finds a way to position himself to be ahead of the defensive back and have that opportunity to catch the football.
Oderman now 4 of 7 passing in this first half. Merseth spread wide left. McGee to the near right. Langemo inside of him. Down the line option at Oderman. Will have to pitch out. Just did get it out to Shuff, and he's got some room. 30, and then high bolts it out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Looks like enough for the first down. That'd be a gain of 11 yards for Shuff.
That was almost a shovel pass in the sense that Kyle Oderman was trapped. He had to just actually throw it as hard as he could to get that to Eli Shuff, and he did. And then Shuff got the big yards. Yeah,
the warmth of this auditorium is taking its toll on Eli Shuff, and he has been asked to be replaced, and Rod Edlund has gone in. And Shuff comes out, and he's panting hard.
But I think he'll want to be back.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you're looking at him. He's close to actually catching Tweet already in the rushing title.
It's first down at the 25-yard line of Bethel. Offset strong left. Man in motion. Cuts back up inside, and Oderman will look for him. It's Torrey Langemo with the catch at the 10. And he goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
a great job there, catching the ball and getting the ball in the end zone.
Now, for the first time, we saw Langamo come in motion, and Bethel wasn't ready for it. He makes the catch and scampers in for 6, and now the extra point try. Ethan Pohl has had a busy first half, on for his 3rd kick try. Eric Bechtold will hold. Cobbers now have scored on 3 of 4 possessions. 10:56 to go in the first half. There's the snap and the approach by Pohl. This one is blocked into the end zone and rolls past the end line. They got to remember that that's a live football, but that one was deflected at the point of kick. And so with 10:56 to go in the half, it's now the 20-20 and Bethel 7. Take a 20-7 lead, Bethel. Here's Brian Barnicon for the kickoff. 4 men deep. Here's the approach. Not a very deep kick by Barnick. Taken at the 15-yard line by Gene Teglin. He's at the 20, now the 25, and goes down. Jeff Olseth was up the field to make the tackle at the 26-yard line. Another key member of the Copper special teams.
A lot of times you look at them and kind of underrate them. They're really important in a game because you talk about field position and let that offense start good or bad field position.
Gateway Chevrolet is offering you 4x4 trucks. They have plenty available in all colors and all options. Make your best offer at Gateway Chevrolet Truck Center in Fargo. From the I formation, first down Bethel at their own 27-yard line. The play off the left side. Brian Bowl is there to make the tackle. Haven't said his name much yet this first half, but then we haven't said many defenders' names often. Bethel, that was just their 8th offensive play.
They haven't run much of a full-style offense, and they haven't had an opportunity to be on the field but only twice, and they've gone 3 and out, and it hasn't been a good opportunity yet for that offense.
20-7. Concordia with the lead. Bethel with the football, 2nd and 9. Wide receivers right and left for Lundeen. He'll run out of a straight I formation, and the pitch back to Gene Teglin. Runs into a big wall of tacklers and gains a yard at the 30-yard line.
Teglin was 60-something yards for the touchdown, and the Copper defense made sure things won't happen twice.
Jason Karen holding the fort. Makes the tackle. He was 3rd in team tackles coming in. Chad Johnson led the team with 57. Jason Karen 3rd with 45. On the other side of the line, Brian Bull, the defensive end, the number 2 tackler for the Cobbers with 46. Now 3rd down and 8. Single setback behind Lundeen. Slot near left side. Long count at the line. First man through. Tweet breaks a tackle and scampers out near the first down marker. Just a quick opener, catching the Cobbers looking to the outside, and he picks up what looks to be a first down.
Plays like that, right at the gut, real quick dive plays, and hopefully you can beat him on the front line and hold him long enough so they can get in the secondary.
At Cobber front 4 tonight without Boo Shaq Jared Sheck from Hancock, who has a leg injury suffered last week against St. John's. His replacement, Jeff Bronner, a junior from Underwood. Here's Gene Teglin. Nothing open to the outside, cuts back inside, still picks up 4, maybe 5 yards. Karen had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but let him get away. And it's 2nd down and 6.
Teglin doesn't have that great of cutting ability, but what he's got is a great speed of just accelerating. He's like a track runner. And he does. He decides to go fast.
Wide receiver to the right side. Wide receiver near left. I formation, steps in behind quarterback Matt Lundeen. He'll go to the tailback, and Gene Teglin is brought down for a loss at the 40-yard line. Big play, big hit in the backfield. And the stop made by Brian Bull, the defensive end.
Brian Bull coming from his right side went all the way across to the other side and made that play. He wasn't blocked. And anytime you leave him unblocked, I guarantee he's going to be in on that tackle.
The Cobbers and Royals have a lot of players with similar abilities. The Royals feel that Lance Jeffer is the equal of a Brian Bull at that defensive end spot. It is 3rd down and a long 7 yards to go. Back to pass, looking and throwing that on the near side. Pass is caught And it's a first down at the 42-yard line. Tom Kaplan, a wide receiver, was all alone on the near side, making the catch at the 41.
He hasn't been used all that much. He's got an average of 4 receptions, and, that's a deep threat.
The first down catch to the Cobber 41. Twin receivers wide right side for Bethel. Matt Lundeen steps under center. He'll run out of the I formation, tight end right side. Here's the pitch back on the near side. Teglin gets away, stepping inside of Brian Sanis, who came in on a blitz and just about had him in the backfield, but was forced wide of the play. And that allowed Teglin to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Basically, Lundeen throws to his brother Mike, and he's got 49 catches on the year. And after that, the next highest receiver is Tweet and Teglin, and both of them are running backs. So that's really where they throw. So Copeland hasn't got many catches on the year.
Halfway through the play clock with 7:23 to go in the second quarter. Cobber's holding a 20-7 lead on Bethel. Out of the I formation for the Royals. Wide receiver near left, that's Kaplan. Quarterback cross, steps back on a throw and goes over the middle and incomplete. Had nobody open up the field. John Mellema, the tight end, I think was the intended receiver, but the pass so high and long overthrown, nobody had a chance to catch it.
Play action timing pattern looked like Lundeen. Either there was a missed pattern or he just overthrew it.
The Northern School Supply in Fargo, and the name says it all. Northern School Supply. They would like you to stay in school and study hard. Incompletion, stopping the clock with 7:09 remaining. Again, the twin receivers wide to the right side. It's now 3rd and 10 Bethel at the Cobber 41-yard line. Matt Lundeen under center. Drops to pass, escapes the rush and throws out on the far side. It is clocked at the 31-yard line, and it's hauled in. And that's a first down. Stepping between a couple of Cobber defenders. And the catch is made.
We're seeing all kinds of new faces here. Bethel using everybody they possibly can on the offense, and this drive has been effective.
Clock running now with 7 minutes to go.
Believe it or not, that's Ice's first catch on the year.
Inside the Cobber 29-yard line, the drive continues. First man, Tweet, with the carry, then is wrapped up by Ryan Sanis, the sophomore from Breckenridge, and goes down near the 37-yard line. That'd be a gain of about a yard. They'll spot it right at the 37. So Bethel has a bit of a scoring drive going here. After being stopped on their first 2 series of plays, a big play by Gene Teglin put the Royals on the board. And after the exchange of football, the Royals have put their offense in motion and have driven down to the Cobber 27. It's 2nd down. Looking to pass out on the right side. It's deflected into the air and intercepted at the 25-yard line. Looked like Brian Bull was the right man at the right time at the right spot. He waited for the ball to come down and picked it up. He ended up losing a couple of yards after making it. It is Brian Barnick. It is Brian Barnick who came up with the loose football.
It was one of those Brians, and the lucky one is Brian Barnick.
2 interceptions coming in, 3 on the season. Barnick, 170-pound junior from Fargo South, and the Cobbers stop the Royals on this drive. And it's first down at the 22-yard line. 6:05 to go in the half. Cobbers with the ball and a 20-7 lead. Rolling out, stepping to throw deep. Up the middle of the field, Sean McGee makes a catch at the 40-yard line. Sean McGee finally tackled down at the 35, and it's first down.
Time again, we've seen that play. It's a backside slant pattern. Sean McGee, man-to-man. He's going to beat you. You got nobody underneath there over the top helping out. And Sean McGee's got that great speed one-on-one, and he'll beat you.
Sean McGee, a 45-yard reception, his 2nd catch of the night, sets up a first down at the Bethel 35-yard line.
More than anything, that was more impressive to see Kyle Loderman throw that ball 40 yards down the field in the air. Actually, without that duck kind of wobbly throw, it was a nice pass.
It was almost a spiral. Loderman under center. Down the line, and now steps into the pocket and heads up inside the 30 and goes down at the 28-yard line. A 7-yard gain for Kyle Oderman.
Kyle Oderman, the kind of quarterback quarterback, he's not afraid to just stick his shoulder down and get those extra yards, and he'll take on any linebacker head on. You know, like I said, time and time again, he's a real durable quarterback.
Again, Pete Hallstrom was there to make the tackle. And it's second down and a short 3 yards to go for a Concordia first down. McGee will go wide left side. Torrey Langamo, the draw play to shot. Looks up the middle, not much room. To the outside, not much room. Leans ahead, close to the first down marker at the 25, short. It'll be 3rd and inches. They'll need to cross the 25-yard line for the first down. And the ball is just on the outside of it. Rod Edlin, John Jaskin come in. This is the short yardage team. Edlin will be in the backfield. Jaskin will be the second tight end.
That's the right thing to do here. You're third and short. You're basically in 4-down territory. You're not going to punt the ball here, and you're just quite probably out of field goal range. So they're going to. It's 2 downs and 2 opportunities.
Halverson in the middle of Schuff and Edlin. And Halverson gets the call off the right side, hangs on. Looks like he crossed the 25-yard line, and that is enough for the first down. Mike Halverson, short yardage specialist. Picks up about a yard. That's all they needed. The Chains will move ahead for Concordia. The Cobbers with a 20-7 lead here in the first half. Bringing the Chains, I think, to measure for sure. I think most people feel that this was this one could have been called from the stands.
They've got to make sure here.
Well, this is the end of the football season, regular season, but tomorrow starts basketball. Both Concordia's men's and women's team will be in action in exhibition games. The women's game starting at 2 o'clock against Brandon University, and the Copper men's team will take on the University of Manitoba tomorrow afternoon at 4. First out, just inside the 25-yard line. Chad Swartz over the ball. He'll center to Kyle Oderman. 2 options down the left side for Eli Schuff. Gets to the outside and is run down right along the line of scrimmage. Nathan Merseth was trying to get the block on strong safety Brad Leaflat, and Leaflat just kept running the play to the sideline and finally forced it out. 3:49 remaining. First half action from the Fargo Dome. It's second down and 10 at the Bethel 25-yard line.
That was a great pursuit by Bethel there, especially in the leaf block. He was an all-MIAC player last year, 6'2", 189 pounds, and he just does a great job coming from that position to stepping up and making open field tackles. Sean
McGee, who set up the scoring opportunity, comes wide to the near right side. Torrey Langamo in the slot. Merseth wide left. Here's the option out now to Eli Schuff, and he comes back toward the inside of the field, and he runs into the tacklers there. Lance Juffer, the defensive end, keeping his position, that is between the far sideline and the ball, making the tackle.
Third down situation, 3rd and long, you know, it's a passing situation, but you're almost at a point where you're 4-down territory. They might run the ball here and see if they can get 5-6 yards, and then it's 4th and short, and it opens your game up a little bit in your opportunities.
Still about 8 yards to go for the first down at the Bethel 23.
See, the thing is, if you throw an incompletion here, you got 4th and long. But if you run the ball and you get a couple of yards, then you're a little shorter.
Langamo wide left, McGee near right. Oderman drops to pass, looking, and with time, shoots one under the middle and right into the hands of Nathan Merseth, but he was caught and wrapped up at the time he made contact with the ball. He is separated from the ball, and it drops to the turf incomplete. Now, he took a hit by Leaflat just as he got his hands on the ball enough to force him away. And the incompletion brings up 4th down. Chris Howell will come into the lineup, and he'll replace Eli Schuff. Howell is a wide receiver, freshman from Alexandria.
That run and shoot type spread out offense here, and this is where they have an extra receiver in Howell and one single back, and this is a throwing situation.
Howell to the outside, McGee inside of him, Langamo inside of him. 3 receivers. To pass, Oderman looking to the end zone, and it is incomplete. It was deflected away by Jason Boatman of Bethel, who had a chance for the interception, but he would never have been able to bring it back out to its line of scrimmage, and so this drive has been stopped by Bethel, and it's first down Royals.
So you can tell Kyle Oderman's a little bit upset because he had 2 receivers open, and Howell and Torrey Langamo. Howell over the top in the corner open, and underneath so was Torrey Langamo. So both receivers did a great job of getting open, but Oderman just over and under each one of them.
2:26 remaining, and Bethel takes over on downs from their own 23-yard line. I formation, first man through, and Jeremy Tweet Manages to work his way to the 25-yard line, about a 2-yard gain. Chad Johnson making the initial hit from his linebacking spot. And Jason Karen helped to finish things off.
Johnson's probably staying with his game plan right now, 20-7. You're down less than 2 touchdowns. You can stay with your game plan. A lot of football left, ball control offense, and hopefully put some points on the board.
High formation for Bethel with a receiver to the near left and to the far right. Here's Gene Teglin, caught behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Defensive tackle Jason Karen, who is having an all-conference performance tonight, makes the stop. And after watching him come off the field against St. John's a week ago, I was going to be surprised to see him even playing in a game like this. But he has gotten healthy this past week and is turning in a top-dollar performance. On 3rd down, and now 8 yards. Matt Lundeen drops, now rolls to your left, sets into the pocket. May have had his arm caught as he threw the ball, and it squirms off to the near side. Shad Young on the coverage near side, along with Tim Odlin. And the pass is incomplete, so 3 downs and out.
Jason Karen got a piece of his arm right there, and this is a great job. Copper defensive line's getting some great pursuit, and those defensive backs are just playing phenomenal. They just got that great coverage.
1:21 to go. Cobbers with a 20-7 lead in the first half will get the football. Should have pretty good field position here. Håkon Bankston is back to punt and gets the kick away. A high floating lazy kick taken at the 40-yard line by Torrey Langamo. Comes to the near side, gets a block, a key block, and has about 5 on the return before he is upended near the 45-yard line. Looked like he was going to explode there at the last minute, but the special teams of Bethel stopping the play at the 45. This first half have had adverse field position. They had the ball at their own 15-yard line. They were able to work it up and across midfield finally after a couple of big runs by Eli Shuff. And now leading 20-7, have 1:11 to go in the half and a chance for more. They'll go with 4 receivers. Back to pass, Oderman shoots one out on the near sideline. Nathan Merseth comes back on the ball and makes the catch at the 48-yard line. A 6-yard gain to Merseth on the pass reception. Cobbers will hurry now. Merseth's 4th catch of the half with a play already called. Merseth on the near side, 3 receivers wide to the left for Oderman. He'll drop and look out on the near side. Again has Merseth, and as he turned upfield, took a hit and dropped the ball, and he was close to the first down, but it's incomplete. Chris Birch, sophomore from Mounds View, put the hit on to force the incompletion.
Great job by Chris Birch there. You know you can't intercept the ball. So that's what he did, right when Merseth got the ball. He goes right through Merseth, slaps the ball away, and as a result, incompletion.
Cobbers have all of their timeouts remaining. 44 seconds to go. 3rd down and 3 from the Bethel 48-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side, rolling left, and still looking. There's Oderman stepping in and bumped out of bounds, has the first down at the 43-yard line.
Get out of bounds and stop the clock. That's a great Kyle Oderman forcing the ball downfield and might have possibly thrown an interception. He just sucks. He's got that great running ability and gets the first down.
Chains will move ahead now with 39 seconds to go. Chris Howell will come wide to the near right side. Sean McGee, also a receiver on the near right with Torrey Langamo. 3 receivers to the near right side. Kyle Oderman drops to pass and with time. Going over the middle, he's got his man. Langamo makes a catch at the 20-yard line. Torrey Langamo waited, had to wait a little longer than he wanted, but went up and brought it down. And the Cobbers are knocking now at the 20-yard line.
This play's called the promise play. You got a guy that crosses over and goes deep, and he gets open. He's got that great ability to jump up in the air to catch the football.
Second catch, great huddle. And now they have Mike Halverson as one of 3 receivers to the left side with Torrey Langamo and Sean McGee. Eli Shuffs is alone in the backfield. Kyle Oderman gets a block from Shuff and throws it up overhead. Torrey Langamo had to reach back on the ball. Brad Leadflat was there to hold him up just long enough, and the pass falls incomplete.
Langamo just got crossed up a little bit. He's still got a hand on it. Couldn't quite get there.
And so that brings up second down. Play taking just 4 seconds. 29 to go. Cobbers have used 1, have 2 remaining timeouts. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Now 2 more receivers, so there are 4 in the formation with Halverson now the lone back for blocking. Here's the pass over the middle, complete. Chris Howell, touchdown! A turning pattern by Howell up the line. He was there for the catch, and the freshman has his first Carver touchdown. So, time management, again, a key part of this drive, plus execution. And the Cobbers have tacked on 6. And we'll be on for the extra point try. And now we have a timeout taken before the extra point try.
Looks like they're going to go for 2. Concordia,
there we go.
Getting that kick blocked earlier, I'm sure that right here they're going to try to make up that difference.
So no timeout taken. The play will come about here with Mercer now a receiver wide left. McGee comes to the near right side. Eli Shuff is in the slot right. The I formation has Torrey Langamo as a tailback, and he'll come in motion near side. Here's Kyle Oderman with the snap, looking near sideline and underthrows the intended receiver Eli Shuff, and it's incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails. About 25 seconds to go in the half. Copper kickoff coming up. It's Concordia 26 and Bethel 7. Cobber kickoff coming after Kyle Oderman finds Chris Howell for a 20-yard completion and a score. Here's Brian Barnick's kickoff. Hand over end. Taken inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Dropped by Gene Teglin. Picks it up, heads upfield across the 25 and goes down at the 26-yard line. And Bethel will have about 20 seconds to work with here before the end of the half, and they've got the big play runners in Gene Teglin and Jeremy Tweet available and ready.
Well, you look at that, 20 seconds, right, 27-yard line. Do you go for something, you just fall on it, or have to make some adjustments? We'll see, I guess, on this play right here what they decide to do.
Well, they're showing a pass formation with 2 to the right, 1 to the near left. Running backs are forming an I behind the quarterback Matt Lundin, and they'll go to Jeremy Tweet. And he tries to soften up the middle and then bust to the outside, and there's nothing doing. He gains a yard before Brian Bowl catches up to him. Ryan Sanos also helping out. Linebacker Chad Johnson. And guess who? Jason Karen. They'll not get the next play off in time. The horn sounds, and the teams will head to the locker room. And a very impressive first half of play by Concordia. The maroon and gold take a lead into the locker room. Is on to kick off for Concordia. And the return set up by the Royals. End over end kick taken by Gene Teglin at the 15-yard line. He'll head to the near side. He's across the 20, the 25. Has a pretty good seam to follow. is across the 30 and up over the 35 before being brought down. Jeff Olseth again was in on the play for Concordia, and a special team assist to Scott Smith. Cobbers holding Bethel to 138 yards of offense in the first half, 107 on the ground, 31 through the air. The Royals will start with twin receivers wide to the right side, but the officials aren't quite ready to get this game underway. The kicking tee had been left on the field. Now it's been picked up and tossed to the near sideline. And Matt Lundeen, waiting for just a moment for the field to clear, steps under center now, out of the I formation. Bethel trailing 26-7, long count at the line. Rolls right side, looking to pass, and has the ball right on the hands of the receiver, brother Mike, but Shad Young is there and forces the pass incomplete.
Making sure it happens. They want to get the ball in Mike Lundeen's hands. He's got 49 catches on the year, and right now he has none in this football game. So I'm sure Bethel making the adjustments they did. They said, hey, let's get the ball to Mike. He's our go-to guy, and let's basically pass him.
Sure, those two areas of the game were pretty much neglected in the first half. The running game to Jeremy Tweet, the passing game to Mike Lundeen, virtually unnoticed in the first half. Second down and 10. Matt Lundeen pitches back to Gene Teglin. Tries to the outside, then cuts back in. Is across the 38-yard line up near the 39 before he swarmed under. Brian Bull again was there on the tackle and made the stop with help from Craig Gilbert. A 3-yard gain leaves 3rd and 7 for the Royals to start the second half.
I mentioned that Teglin didn't throw the ball that much. At this rate, he's carried the ball already. Looks like he'll exceed that 20 carry ratio.
Bethel, which had the ball for only 8 minutes and 11 seconds in the first half, starting the third quarter, now facing 3rd and 6. Receivers left and right for Lundeen. Rolls right to pass, shoots a quick pass underneath, and it's dropped. He had it right on the receiver's hands, and it dropped away and falls to the turf incomplete. The pass intended for Jason Boatman, but it falls incomplete.
Ryan Stanton's doing a great job there on that of scooping the ball.
So, here's the punt. Averaging 35 yards a kick in the first half. This punt drives all the way back to the 15-yard line. Torrey Langemo looks for room, no, he did not get away. He was a short tackle away, and the stop was made upfield by Tom Delich of the special teams. Torrey Langemo tried to elude him, and Delich got around to get his hand into the collar area and bring Langemo down.
Delich grabbing him by the jersey. It's tough to tackle a guy if you can hold on to him by the jersey, but he did a great job. Delich at 205 pounds, a little bit heavier and stronger than Torrey Langemo and pulled him down.
Most offensive positions have begun outside the 35-yard line, and for only the second time tonight, the Cobbers will begin at their own 15. Kyle Oderman steps up with Mike Halverson at the fullback, Eli Schuff at the tail, Sean McGee wide left, and the play on the option. Down the left side to Mike Halverson, and this is a very conservative type of play for about 2 yards. Halverson to start the game was running up the middle. This time they option down the line. Halverson keeps it for a couple of yards.
You know, it's funny because Schuff and check. Mike Halverson's reaped the benefits, so is Kyle Oderman. And what they're doing now is they're trying to keep Mike Halverson in check. He's got 8 carries for 15 yards. But as a result, they're giving something up, and Eli Schuff is reaping the benefits tonight.
Something that the Cobbers have found success in over the years is to face a 4-man line and run that down the line option, and successfully. And here Oderman and Halverson both with hands on the ball, carry it across the 22 and up near the 23.
David Stats right there is asking, who do we give that carry to? Do we give it to Oderman or do we give it to Halverson?
Simultaneous possession.
Well, maybe just get half the yardage.
Sure, there you go. A gain of a couple sets up 3rd and a short 5 with the ball resting across the 21-yard line. Big play for the Cobber offense to start the second half, holding a 26-7 lead. Wide receivers to the near right side for Kyle Oderman. In the I formation offset to the right. Rolling right, looking to pass. Oderman with time. Now steps up and is caught from behind and goes down at the 17-yard line. He was cocking his arm to throw, and then time ran out as John Taylor, the defensive end, came in to make the play for Bethel.
He hasn't got to use his leg yet, and I think he's excited to let one loose in the dome.
Well, he has been waiting, I'm sure, a long time to see what it would be like to kick without adverse weather conditions or into a short field. He's been an effective kicker. He hasn't had the many opportunities to kick a long punt this year. He'll stand now at his 4-yard line and will take the snap. Mike Flynn is the blocking back for Concordia. There's the snap, and with plenty of time, the kick away. Just a single return setup. Fair catch made at the 49-yard line. And the Royals will begin there in excellent field position. That's a 34-yard kick for Marcus Erickson.
That ability to put the ball inside the 20 when he needs to. They're a lot shorter kicks, but he's done a great job for the Cobbers and forcing the other team to have poor field position.
The Royals will have their best starting offense position by far as they begin at their own 49-yard line. Cobbers leading 26-7. Single setback. We've got motion into the near side, and the play goes up the middle to Jeremy Tweet, and he's across midfield and down at the Cobber 48-yard line. A gain of about 3 yards for Tweet. 195, a junior. Jeremy Tweet stands 5'9". Not a lot of difference in stature as compared to Eli Shuck of the Cobbers. Both are considered perhaps too small and to play the college game, but both are very effective runners. They play with a lot of heart. Mike Lundeen goes wide to the right side. Kaplan comes wide to the near side for the Royals. Out of the I formation, here's the quick pitch back, and this time Tweet gets loose and breaks inside the 40, shrugged off a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might be stopped there, but he broke away for the first down run.
Tweet, he's just got that strong leg, 95 pounds. You know, he's not going to really stout. You're just not going to single-handedly arm tackle a runner like that.
The Royals had one opportunity in the first half other than their long run score by Gene Teglin. Now have it first down at the Cobber 38-yard line. Wide receivers left and right. Single setback, man in motion. We've got 2 men in motion now. We've got a defensive player that was drawn in motion. Brian Bowl is imploring the officials for the call. Eric Runyon is the wide receiver for the Royals, who was out to the far side, and they ended up having 2 men in motion at the same time.
Yeah, and also what happened, Brian Bowl stepped across and jumped back. Left tackle Aaron Hamilton kind of stepped up, and anytime he moves, it's illegal. Defensive guy, as long as he gets back before the snap.
Well, here the officials are talking now and discussing. This is a perfect example, perhaps the most clear-cut perfect example of the rule change this year, where if a defensive player steps into the encroachment zone, the officials have to decide whether he was drawn in. And in this case, a Bethel player was in motion, which is perfectly legal. Brian Bowl stepped into the zone, which in turn created a motion by the offensive left tackle, and that's where the call came. And the officials, after a somewhat lengthy discussion, have called the illegal procedure call against the Royals, which costs them 5 yards.
You know, the defensive player can get back, but the new rule, once the ball, you can't get back if the ball's snapped. And usually a good center might be able to see that and snap the ball anyways right away and early cadence, but the situation with Bethel, the center didn't.
So 1st and 15 now for Bethel at the Cobber 43-yard line. Wide receiver right side, and as they come to the line, the officials again have been asked to stop play, and this time a timeout is taken by the Royals, stopping play with 10:43 to go in this third quarter. It's kind of a slow start for the second half after the Cobbers and Royals now back on. They'll have twin receivers to the right side. Eric Runyon wide right with Mike Lundeen set just inside of him. Out of the I formation. Dropping to pass now, Matt Lundeen. Rolls, looks deep, goes over the top, and has his man. Runyon wakes the catch at the 28-yard line near the first down marker. So Runyon, and that's a play that has been very effective for the few passes that have been received for the Royals. It's been on plays very similar to that. They're going to bring the chains in just to be sure. He needed 15 yards, and it looks like he is very close to it. 10:36 to go here in the third. Regular season closeout. And the Cobbers looking for a win and a chance at postseason play. The completion to Runyon comes up just short. So inches to go now for the first down, but it's second down, and the Royals have themselves a free play here at the Cobber 28-yard line. One-on-one coverage on the near side. Tim Odlin, 2 yards back of wide receiver Mike Lundeen. Here's the second and short play. The pitch out and a halfback option looking into the end zone, and the pass is overthrown. Jeremy Tweet took the quick pitch and looked for Eric Runyon, who had beaten Jared Zebarth on the far side into the end zone, but the pass was overthrown, and it falls incomplete.
And that play was absolutely wide open, and what to a running back. He doesn't throw that ball too often. That one opportunity he gets is not quite that accurate.
Well, that free play, and now it's third in inches. Look for them on a safe play to the running back. It's first man through. And Jason Lind, who is the fullback now, replacing Tweet now has moved to the tailback spot in place of Gene Teglin. That puts Jason Lind at the fullback. And it looks like Lind has picked up the first down. They'll move the chains ahead here on that third and short play.
We're going to look back and forth. Maybe he didn't use that. But on the other hand, if he gets in the end zone here, then it was worth calling it.
Mike Lundeen comes wide to the near left side. Runyon goes wide right. Single setback is Tweet. The inside counter comes to the near side. Nice hole opens up along the left. And inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of about 8 yards on the play. Counter play, working off the left side of the offensive line. Ryan Barnick finally had to come up and make the stop from his free safety position. Stuart Lang comes back in to the lineup now, who replaced Barnick, who appeared to be shaken up on that last play. 9:36 to go in the third. Out of the I formation, here's the pitch out to Gene Teglin. He's caught behind the line of scrimmage and stopped by linebacker Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson doing a great job. Make that great cut up the south. He does make that cut. Running back is just going to fly right by you. Chad Johnson doing a great job.
I know that Jim Christopherson and his staff felt that Chad Johnson would have a good year this year. I'm not sure they expected what he gave them. He has had just an outstanding year. Leads the team in tackles, coming in with 57, stopping the play there to set up 3rd and 5. Here's the I formation, and the pitch back to Jeremy Tweed. He's gang tackled down. The initial hit again by Johnson to slow the play, and then a lot of help. Greg Gilbert came up, and Jason Caron to help finish things off. And finally, the touch by Jeff Griner to stop the play completely.
I think you made a great point about Chad Johnson. He had a pretty good year, but more than anything, you look at the first game of the year when he got an interception against Morris State. It was crucial, and that's how he was enough to go. Got the interception. Did right then and there. I kind of think he'll get things that he really has.
Inside of 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carver's leading 26-7. The Royals on 4th down will try to pick it up at the Carver 25-yard line. Here's a look and a quick looking still, and finally thrown away, and the Carvers pretty well covered in the secondary. Everybody out of the secondary had their men picked up and covered well, and Matt Lundeen had just no place to throw, and finally threw it away, and the ball has been turned over to Concordia on downs.
But see, with their offensive scheme, their pass, Lundeen comes back, physical back like a 5-step drop, and that's quarterback kind of sprints left and right, and he doesn't get out in the perimeter either. He's just kind of running along the edge, and he pumps and just trying to find somebody open.
And so first down Concordia at their own 25-yard line. They'll send Sean McGee wide to the left side. Torrey Langamo wide to the near right side. I formation behind Oderman. Rolls down the left side of the line, then tries to split the defenders and picks up about a yard. Well defense. John Taylor slipping in to make the stop. Through the third quarter, Carver's with the ball and a 26-7 lead. That was our halftime score. Oderman steps under center, Chad Schwartz. He'll have 3 receivers in the formation. Mercef left and 2 to the right side. Here's the option out to Eli Shupp, and again it's well defense. Shupp shrugs off the tackle. Brad Leaflet, but still looking to get back past across the line of scrimmage. Leaflet is having a great evening here at the Dome for the Royals. We have an injured Carver player slow getting off the turf, and that will stop play momentarily. Stan Koska in Fargo, your sporting goods store with all of your sporting goods needs, especially now with the hockey season right around the corner. Stan Koska can help outfit you or your team. Stan Koska Sporting Goods in downtown Fargo. Jed Seeger, the injured Carver player, he is on his knees now, and I don't know if he got twisted up but injuries have not been a real factor for the Cobbers through the course of the year. They have seldom lost continuous playing time from any one player. Jared Sheck not playing tonight after sustaining a leg injury last week against St. John's, but for the most part, the Cobbers have been pretty fortunate in that area.
That's really crucial to a team's success. If you look at the Bison this year, they've really struggled with injuries. You got to credit them for being competitive as they've been in the NCC. But boy, when you have injuries, it's tough to win football games.
So the Cobbers will come up now on 3rd down and 7. Oderman, a quick look right, then swings back to the left side and throws the ball. It pops into the air, and it's picked off by the Royals. Oderman turned, looked for a blind pass to the far side, and threw it right into the hands of a waiting defender who took it under control, and now the Royals have a first down. Yard to the 24-yard line, maybe give him 2 to the 23. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
When we talk about needed turnovers and the difference between a good and a great team is taking advantage of those turnovers. The Cobbers have had great success when they've had an interception or a fumble recovery, putting the ball in the end zone. Bethel having a great opportunity here, and we'll see what happens.
Royals are making a late substitution in this play. And the player that came in now will exit. He was wearing an offensive line number. They already had 11 on the field, so he quickly scurries off. Here's the drop play to Gene Teglin. Was open for a moment, but then the Cobbers' Jeff Grunner was there to stop the play. Just past the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
There's a flag on this play.
Something about today's game, too, that has, we haven't had many. And of course, when you get to this time of the year, you'd hope that you can play the games without very many penalties.
You're exactly right. You don't want to see too many of them. But, you know, that's a sign of a good football game played on both sides when you don't see the flags out and you don't see many turnovers. And when they are, the other teams take advantage of the turnovers. It's an exciting football game.
We have a face mask call against the Cobbers on the play. The ball has been moved inside the 16-yard line. Not quite enough for the first down, an inadvertent face mask. Brings him down before reaching the 10-yard line, but that's a Bethel first down.
Bethel doesn't score this drive. He's given every opportunity to turn the ball over in the opportunity here. So Bethel's had every opportunity. It looks like they're trying to take advantage of it.
Gene Tegland is back in the Bethel lineup. He'll be in the backfield as the tailback. Jeremy Tweed is right in front of him as the fullback. Receivers left and right from Matt Lundeen. Dropping the pass, sets the screen and overthrows the intended receiver. Out of the backfield, the screen set up for Gene Teglin, but perhaps a bit of an inexperienced Matt Lundeen, hearing the thunder come in from the Cobber front four and dancing away, forced him to throw the ball away.
And you're exactly right. I say what Matt Lundeen had, he probably had a second or more time, and he's young, he's rushed his throws a little bit, he's been off here tonight so far.
26-7 Concordia. Bethel with the football, 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line. Out of the I formation, twin receivers right side for Lundeen. First man, Lundeen, or Tweet rather. He was one step from breaking away, was stopped up the middle. Lundeen handed off to Tweet, who ran into Grunner, forced it to the outside, and opened up for a minute, and he goes down at the 5-yard line. And now it's 3rd down for the Royals. Good acceleration after being forced away from his original destination. Wide receivers to the near left side now for the Royals. On 3rd down. Still about 4 yards to go for the first down. The turn and the handoff to Jeremy Tweet. And he runs into a wall of tacklers led by Chad Johnson and Jason Caron. They drive him back. He tries to spin away from them and finally brought down near the 8-yard line.
What a hard runner. He ran into a 12, bounced off when he had to run into a semi coming back at him the second load. And he just did a great job of running. Cobber defense just swarmed to the football.
And that brings up 4th down. And the Royals will look for the end zone. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. I formation for Lundeen. Long snap, now drops to pass, rushes on, and down he goes! Ball is picked up at the 15-yard line by Nate Prosser, but the sack goes You may have to help me out. Craig Gilbert, I think, came in from the backside on the linebacker blitz.
Craig Gilbert it is. Good job. Ball popped loose. Nate Crosser, right man, right time, landed on it.
So the Cobber defense again makes it difficult for the Royals, who are unable to score after a Cobber turnover. And now the Cobbers have the ball at their own 15-yard line. Well, the first half was filled with opportunities for the Cobber offense. The second half so far has been filled with bad field position. As they start from the 15, here's a handoff to Eli Schupp, who works his way across the 21. And a gain of 5 yards will bring up 2nd and 5.
Anytime you get 5-6 yards of crack, you're not going to complain. And the Cobbers did that in the first half. And here, I'm sure they're just going to put the ball on the ground and kind of run things about.
Jed Seeger, who was injured on the last series, is back in the lineup now for the Cobbers at his right guard spot. Just a sophomore from Westbrook. On 2nd and a short 5. The turn, the handoff to Schupp, left side. And he ducks under a tackle near the 24-yard line. Still short of the first down, but now it's 3rd and about a yard.
It's so amazing. The Cobber offense is such a balanced attack. You've got so many little tools in your lineup, you know, and you got to give credit to the front 5 up there. I tell you what, they have just done a fantastic job, and they played together for a couple of years. It's been an advantage, and you can't be too long in the face because you got a kid like Jed Seeger, a sophomore. He'll be around for a couple more years.
Full house T backfield on this 3rd and short play. The left side to Mike Halverson is up near the 26-yard line. And that looks like a first down. From here, let's see where they spot him. He is across the 25, and they need about a length of the football past the 25 for the first down. Play has been stopped with 3:12 to go. And it looks they may bring in the chains to measure. And the chain crew comes in. Cobbers leading 26-7 here in the 3rd quarter. We've had no scoring. A quarter of field position, and so coming up short, Marcus Erickson will come on. Mike Halverson looked like he had leaned far enough, but they gave him a left-footed mark there at the 25-yard line. And so just inches away, Erickson, who kicked earlier in the quarter for the first time in the game, kicked at 34 yards. Bethel sets up single return. Jeremy Tweed is their return man as well, and he is waiting for the kick at the 39-yard line. Marcus Erickson will stand at his 10 to take the snap. Line of scrimmage to 25. Bethel would like to get a hand on this football, but they set up for the return, and Erickson gets a fine-looking kick. Driving back to the 31-yard line. Tweet looks for room and comes across the 35 before he's brought down. So a 4-yard return. Ron Wilcox was upfield to make the tackle. And it's first down, Bethel.
Well, Marcus Erickson came after a better-looking punt there. That was just absolutely beautiful. Right over, more than anything. It's only a 4-yard return, and that's really the point for a punter. It doesn't matter how far you punt it. You don't want to give it the big yards on the return.
That punt was 45 yards. His longest of the year is 47. Out of an I formation now for the Royals. Less than 3 minutes to go. Here's the pass thrown out on the far side. And Mike Lundeen hauls it in for his first catch of the night. He came in with 49 catches, and that's his first reception.
Cobbers have done a great job of stopping.
So with 2:37 to go, the Royals now facing 2nd and 6. Have the ball at their own 40-yard line, trailing 26-7. Single setback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 near left. Here's the counter to Tegland, and he is caught behind the line of scrimmage and driven back. Along the front line, Jason Karen, all-conference performer, making the stop. He stepped into the hole and made the tackle for a loss.
Time and time again, we've seen that Cobber defense, just as a team, just swarm to the football, and they do a great job of that. And it makes up for any poor tackling technique when you got 6 or 7 guys. It's tough for a running back to elude
And
defenders.
now it's 3rd and 3 for the Royals at their own 38. Eric Runyon goes wide right. Man sets up in the slot. 2 men set up in the slot to the right side. The lone setback as Matt Lundeen steps under center. Fakes the draw, rolls to the right to look deep, and throws it out, and it is tipped, it is tipped, it is caught! Mike Lundeen comes up with it and will scamper in for the score. A 63-yard pass. The Lundeen brothers hook up on a pass that was nearly knocked away, juggled by Lundeen, then hauled in, left him all alone, and scores.
They're a team that was considered a possession, driving out offense. They're living on the big play. And here, a 63-yarder, 140 yards in 2 plays that count for their possession.
A minute 31 to go. Here's the extra point try. Håkon Bengtsson. We have players trying to get onto the field. Bengtsson not hearing. Here's the approach now, and the kick is up. It looks good, and it is. So the Royals convert with 1:31 to go, third quarter. It's now Concordia 26 and Bethel 14.
There, I chipped it. Back in my back, and just rushed.
Yeah. You're getting old. It's disintegrating.
I gotta go to the dentist. I don't have a dental left.
I looked down the league. You guys tried the interception or what?
Yeah, it tipped off of both guys.
Tipped off?
Yep.
Well, the Royals come back and strike big. A 63-yard pass. Brothers Matt to Mike Lundeen. And with a minute 31 to go, it's 26-14. The Cobbers will get the ball back with the lead. Here's the approach, and the kick angled off to the far side. It'll be taken by Eric Bechtold at the 15-yard line. Heads upfield, gets across the 20 to the 25, and is brought down. Well, a bit of a defensive second half, and one big play. The only score, 63-yard completion for the Royals. Now the Cobbers, who have struggled here in the second half, will try to put something together in this third quarter. Kyle Oderman heads back out to head the Cobber offense. Minute 24 to go in the third. Oderman will have Sean McGee wide to the near right side. Nathan Merseth spread wide left. Oderman rolls to the left. Coxon throws underneath. And Torrey Langemo hauls it in for 11, maybe 12 yards, and a first down.
A yard or two ahead of that touchdown marker, and he's just got that great ability of finding a way to get it.
Now 4 catches on the night for Langemo, the Cobbers' leading receiver. 40 catches on the season. McGee will come wide to the near right side. Cobber first down at their own 40. Minute 18 to go, third quarter. Cobbers leading 26-14. Here's the pitch out to Eli Shutt. Looks for the corner and has run into the sideline and out of play for no gain.
That's a big one. They've done a subpar job of that, but obviously Eli Shutt ran wild in the first half, but they've tried to contain him so far in the third quarter.
With the ball resting at the 40-yard line, it's 2nd and 10. 50 seconds to go. Apparently, a Shutt was brought down on the field of play, although from here it looked like he was run into the Bethel bench. And the clock continues to run. Merseth wide left. A quick look on the near side for Langemo. Looks behind, reaches, pulls it in, and then turns upfield. Picks up about 9 yards on the reception.
McGee runs about a 6-yard little slant and tries to get the defenders to pull back, and then Torrey Lang just kind of swings behind him towards the line of scrimmage, catches that ball, and lets him become a running back and just does a great job of gaining some yards.
It's third down and less than a yard to go. Cobbers are anticipating a short yardage play here, and they're going to head onto the field with little time left. They may be forced to use a timeout here because Kyle Oderman, that's the end of the quarter. They were waiting for the time to run out of the quarter. And that means we'll go to the other side of the 50-yard line for the fourth quarter of play with the score. Concordia 26 and Bethel 14. I think just the 30 here. Yeah. Full house, team back midfield. The turn, the handoff. Halverson leans. He was dumped. Cut from behind. I'm not sure he made it.
I'll tell you what, if anything, he got a pretty liberal mark, it looked like. His knee went down before he hit the 50-yard line. And Atlanta, it looks like they marked it where his knee was. He looked like he sure.
Aaron Ferrier dove underneath the block and caught the ankle of Mike Halverson. And he comes up short at midfield, and here comes Marcus Erickson.
And you look back, and that was a beautiful play. You're only down to 12 points, and you make a big play like that, third and short. Kind of changes the momentum and gives Bethel that opportunity to say, hey, we're in this football game, guys.
This game is turning into a reverse of what we saw last year. The Royals a year ago took the lead into the locker room, then had to hold off Concordia. This year, the Cobbers took the lead into the locker room, now trying to hold off Bethel. On 4th and inches, Erickson will kick in and gets the kick away. A nice kick. Fair catch. Jeremy Tweet comes up and hangs on at the 19-yard line.
Not bad field position. 19-yard line. Not great. Not really bad. Start to shoot on all cylinders now.
If it's a mini vacation you're looking for, or if you have visitors in from out of town, stop at the Super 8. The Super 8 Motel in Moorhead on Highway 75. Give them a call for reservations at 233-8880. The Super 8, 233-8880. On first down, Bethel, now trailing by 12. At their own 19-yard line. And off to Jeremy Tweet is banged up and slammed down after a gain of about a yard. Trying to find room off the left side. That means you're running right into Brian Bowl and Jeff Grunner of the Cobbers. And can you imagine Jared Sheck along the sideline, a senior, not being able to play in his final regular season game? Watching with some agony. He's dressed, but not likely to play tonight. I formation with receivers left side. Lundeen rolls. Now he'll step in. He'll have to carry it himself. He's across the line of scrimmage, then goes down quickly at the 24. Still managed to pick up about 4 yards on the play.
That's a good situation. A lot of time left. They're not going to throw the ball yet. They can mix and match and even chew a little time off the clock as long as they put the ball in the end zone. You know, right now they're doing a little bit of everything.
It's third down. A long 5 yards to go for a Bethel first down at their own 24, trailing 26-14. Matt Lundeen, long count. Now rolls along the line, sets to shoot, out on the near side. It is tipped and complete on the near side. Cobbers had Tim Odland and Shad Young on the near side. Odland got a fingertip on it to knock it away into the Cobber bench area, and that brings on the Bethel kicking team.
Odland doing a great job in the coverage there. More interesting, he was slapping his hands thinking, wow, if I would have caught that was 6 points, and I don't think anybody was going to catch Tim Odland with that great speed he's got. Håkan
Bengtsson is back to kick. He'll stand at his 10. Cobbers have 2 on the return. The kick is taken by Torrey Langamo. It drops loose, squirts to the near side, and it rolls right up to a Cobber. Miscommunication on the return. Torrey Langamo and Stuart Lang both converged to make the catch, and it bounced away from both of them. Unfortunately for the Cobbers, a cover man coming up had the ball roll right to him.
Shad Young, right player, right time. Again, we talked about that in Bethel. They were slapping their hands thinking, God, that was an opportunity that we just slipped away.
He has had a history of being in the right place at the right time this year. Shad Young. Great season for the strong safety from Fargo North. So the Cobbers come up with 12:47 left. And off to Eli Schaff, and he has his best gain of the second half, crossing midfield to the Royal 47-yard line and a gain of 4.
Shad Young is not only going to be happy about his play and supporting play, but he's happy to see Fargo North in a left 9. He's happy to see Fargo North in the playoff.
Game scheduled on this turf tomorrow afternoon. Wide receiver Sean McGee to the near left side. Nathan Merseth wide right. Oderman down the line. He'll have to keep it himself. Cuts back into the green, right into the teeth of the Bethel defense, and goes down at the 47. May have gained a yard. Lucky to have gotten a yard.
Kyle he's gotten older, he's gotten wiser about not forcing the ball, and he's gotten a little conservative, but that's great because he's got that great running ability, and there he did a good job of just tucking it under and taking the yards he gets.
Pete Holstrom again in on the tackle. Cobbers will break huddle and set up 3rd and 5. Eli Shuff now with 137 yards rushing on the night on 21 carries. Wide receivers to the right side for Kyle Oderman on the draw play to Shuff. He's got a big hole open up the middle, inside the 40, and down at the 37-yard line. A 10-yard gain for Eli Shuff and a first down.
7 yards for the first quarter, and there he almost came.
The Cobbers now with 191 yards rushing, 191 yards passing, 382 total. The Royals 131 yards rushing, 111 passing, 242 total. Cobbers with 28 minutes of possession, and the Royals with 17 minutes of possession through three quarters. Wide receivers to the right side for the Cobbers, and it's Eli Shuff. Again, a little counter play to the inside and dancing outside to the 34-yard line, and a gain of 3 yards for Shuff.
Funny you mentioned time of possession. Bethel 17 minutes, 240 obviously 30 minutes. You know, but that's what they do well, that ball control offense, and they've had great success with it all year.
Gene Tegland of Bethel has 14 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. Tweet has 12 carries for 43 yards. On second down and 7. Cobbers at the Bethel 35-yard line. Down the line, Oderman can't pull it away. He had Eli Shuff to the outside. I'm not sure that would have worked either. It was pretty well defensed, and Halverson just hung on and goes down for a loss near the original line of scrimmage.
Good cover on the option by Bethel's defense. They all
and it's 3rd and 10. We talked so much at the start of the game about Bethel's offense and their great ground game and paying little attention to their defense, which we knew was a stout defense, and they have really shown up here in the second half. Cobbers have had it very difficult. McGee goes wide right. Langamo to the near left side. Oderman on 3rd and 10. Rolls near side. Runs now. Still looking and goes down. Oh, he ran into a lot of problems when Lance Jumper stayed with him. He brought him down, had help on the play, but Jumper gets the tackle for loss back at the 42.
Definitely had his work here in the third and the start of the fourth quarter.
Marcus Erickson on for his 43-yard line to kick. Again, Jeremy Twith, the lone return, waiting for the kick at the 10-yard line. See if he looks for one of the corners. There's the snap, the approach, and the kick up the middle of the field. Fair catch for Tweet, makes it at the 13-yard line, and it's first down for Bethel from there.
Probably going to have to spread things out a little more and go for more big plays.
Ford Muscatel Dodge Jeep Eagle celebrating its 4th year in Moorhead. Drive through and take a look at some of the great vehicles today at Muscatel Dodge Jeep Eagle at 904 Center Avenue in Moorhead. 9:02 to go, fourth quarter. Bethel starting at their own 13-yard line, trailing 26-14. Here's the pitch back. Gene Tegland turns upfield. He's across the 15 and up near the 17-yard line before he's tackled. Ryan Sanis was in on the stop along with Brian Bowl.
The thing about Tegland, every time he gets the ball, you just wonder that he's got that great speed. You just wonder if he's going to break one loose. He's the type of big play runner. It really scares you defensively, so you got to make sure to do your responsibilities and nobody breaks down.
The Royals will come up with wide receivers, 2 to the left. It's second down and 6. Out of the I formation for Matt Lundeen, who sets to throw, swings the pass underneath, and it is incomplete. Craig Gilbert of the Cobber defensive unit, the closest player to it, but the underhand throw falls to the turf.
Let's see what Matt was doing. He's just kind of awkward in the sprint out. He had a lot of time. He could have set to make that throw, but instead he kind of throws it off his back foot, and as a result, he throws it away.
Lundeen 5 of 14 through three quarters for 111 yards. Has thrown 1 interception and 1 touchdown pass. Comes to the line now with 8:24 remaining. 2 receivers left side. Single receiver near right. Drops to pass, swings it out. Hauled in by Tegland, turns upfield. Ryan Sanis catches up to him and makes the tackle at the 20-yard line. And that brings up 4th down. So 3 tries, and they'll be forced to kick it away. I'm not sure that this game plan is so much different than the first half, but I think both teams expended so much energy in this warm building that the execution and the finishing of the plays just isn't there. And as a result, it's become half of field position and punting. Here's the kick. A nice booming kick, driving the return. Stuart Lang back to the 37. He'll slice back up across the 40 to the 45 and go down at the 47-yard line on a 10-yard return for Stuart Lang.
In halftime, they had a kind of commanding lead. They went in and they made some minor adjustments into the end zone. Well, Bethel made some big time adjustments in halftime. Made those adjustments in the second half. They stopped the Concordia offense, and that's what they did.
Cobbers will come up with a first down play at the long 47-yard line. Sean McGee will come wide to the near left side. He is the lone receiver. Double tight ends. Jaskin on the right, Merseth on the left. The play rolling right side. There's Kyle Oderman stepping in. He's across midfield, the 45, the 40, and goes down at the 37-yard line. Oderman with a 17-yard run sets up a Cobber first down at the Bethel 37. Oderman in the first 3 quarters of play ran the ball 9 times for 31 yards, and he's been averaging 55 to 60 yards per game from the rushing standpoint. Now first down. Langamo wide to the near left side, and Mike Flynn gets the call. First time we've had a chance to say his name, the junior from Redwood Falls. Spent the middle part of the season on the injured list. And then by that time, Mike Halverson had gained such a head of steam, it was difficult to replace him. And because of the warm conditions here at the Dome, Mike Flynn, rested and ready, picks up about 3 yards, leaving 2nd and 7. And Flynn both 6'2", both 215, both juniors. Here's Kyle Oderman stepping inside of a block. He's at the 30, the 25, good speed to the outside, and then caught by the shirt tag and dragged down at the 15-yard line. He was that close to breaking it loose.
Getting tackled, and he's looking for Eli Shuff to pitch that ball. He's always looking for that extra opportunity.
Jason Boatman from the corner finally came in to collar Kyle Oderman and bring him to the ground at the 14-yard line. It's first down, Concordia. 6:15 to go in the contest. Torrey Langamo goes wide right side. Again, the double tight end setup out of the I formation. Eli Shuff sets in back of Mike Flynn. The call goes to Shuff, and he slants inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Now inside of 6 minutes to go. A reminder that Carver basketball begins tomorrow afternoon at Memorial Auditorium. The women play at 2 o'clock against Brandon University of Manitoba, and the men will play at 4 o'clock against the University of Manitoba. 26-14, Cobbers the ball in the lead at the Royal 10-yard line. Oderman slowly stepping under center now, taking a look at the play clock and using that. He will hand off to Eli Shuff, who dances inside the 5, the 4, the 3, and down to the 2-yard line. It's first and goal, Concordia.
Doesn't take a hit, either takes a hit. He does a great job of just shuffling left, shuffling right, and just eluding that tackler, and then at the last minute he'll give his hit and then be tackled.
A subtle change by the Cobbers on this drive. They've gone with 2 tight ends, and they've changed some of their blocking assignments, and they've gone it on all downs rather than just on short yardage plays. They've gone with the 2 tight ends running out of an I formation, leaving only 1 receiver, Torrey Langamo, wide to the right side. It's first and goal. Handoff, Eli Shuff looked like he was ready to pounce into the zone, but then got cut from behind and was dragged down at the 3-yard line. There were 3 Royal tacklers in on the play.
Late decision to be made, and Eli Shuff tried to get outside, and the play might have been inside. He looks a little tired.
And he was shaken up a bit, too. He was twisted and turned on that last tackle play, and that'll bring Rod Edlund into the lineup for Concordia. Rod Edlund from Battle Lake, 28 carries coming into the game with 126 yards and a touchdown. Rod Edlund will be the tailback. Mike Flynn, the fullback, offset strong right. Again, the double tight end, and here's Kyle Oderman down the line. He was ready to spring through and then is caught and dragged down for the tackle by John Taylor. And it's at the 1-yard line. It's 3rd and goal.
One play, and he looks like he's exhausted, but he can sniff the end zone. And I think he knows, hey guys, put her down. I'm going to get it.
Sean McGee is also back in the lineup on this play with Shuff. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. McGee will go wide to the right side. Mike Flynn in front of Eli Shuff. Kyle Oderman turns and hands off and flying into the air and into the end zone. Touchdown, Eli Shuff.
Eli Shuff is in the air. Negative when he was there. That's a positive. He just cleared his line in the air. And what great athletic ability. Just shot out like a cannon over the top and got in the end zone.
Well, a bit of a change of pace, too, for the Bethel defense, who have had to stop that blast play up the middle, and all of a sudden the hole opens and nobody's running through it, instead flying over it and into the end zone for the score. And here's Ethan Pohl now for the extra point try. Eric Bechtold is the holder. Chad Schwartz, the snapper. And a side angle kick. Here's the snap and the approach. It hits the upright and bounces back onto the field of play, and it is no good. Well, a hard kick, but it hit the upright. And 3:38 to go. In the fourth quarter, it's down to 40-32. And Bethel 14. Yep. Pizza Patrol for the best pizza, the greatest toppings. Pizza Patrol with French crust also at 241-9000. Cobbers on the kickoff now. Have taken a 32-14 lead after a 1-yard run by Eli Shuff. The extra point failed. Brian Barnick is on for the kickoff now for the Cobbers. End over end and angled to the near hash bar. Taken in by Gene Teglin. At the 10, he's across the 25 to 30, and down at the 33-yard line. 23-yard return for Gene Teglin, who again was, he's got good speed. Well, he looks dangerous.
Every time he touches the ball, you're just wondering, it's exciting. He's an exciting type player. He touches that football, and you're just expecting big things from him, and things do happen.
3:32 to go, 32-14, Concordia. Royals will play cuddle and come up with Tom Kaplan, wide to the near right side. Wide receiver Royals is Mike Lundeen. Matt Lundeen under center. Hands off left side and then play a couple of yards across the 35 near the 36-yard line. About a 2-yard gain is all. Chad Johnson, last off the foul, making the stop again with help from Brian Bowl.
Quarterback Ryan Nelson, a senior, is actually on that play.
6'3", 200 pounds from Graham, Minnesota. Ryan Nelson. He'll take the snaps the rest of the way. 3 minutes to go. Receivers left and right for Nelson. A single setback, drops to throw, swings it out on the far side, pulled in by Runyon. And stays in bounds. He's tackled at the 45-yard line, but that's enough for a Bethel first down.
Statistics, 8 completions, 82 yards. He's had a little bit of experience, but not much.
And running with 2:47 to go. Here's Nelson under center at his own 45-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. There's the pitch back, and Jeremy Tweet lowers the helmet across midfield and is bounced down at the 48-yard line.
Talk about the rushing side. getting a couple of yards here, he might have solidified it here this afternoon. But it could be close. Tomorrow, I suppose all the statistical people and sports information directors will be looking over that. At least these two teams will.
If it's close, the old videotape will be on, and they'll be recounting every yard.
They'll find that extra carrier, that lost yard somewhere.
Second down and 5. Ryan Nelson drops to throw. The pass out on the right side intended for Kaplan, but overthrown. Jared Zebarth on the defensive coverage for the Cobbers. That'll bring up third down.
You talk about looking towards the future sometimes, and you hate to say that, but Bethel's got to be real excited. They've got a lot of players coming back. Obviously, both their back tandems will be back. You know, Concordia only loses 4 seniors on offense, so they're looking pretty darn good themselves.
And lose 5 on defense, so 9 of 22. And a coach will take that every year.
Not a bad trade-in.
Yeah, third down and about 5. The draw play left side, and Tweed is brought down. Cobbers bring in some new people to make the stop, and a loss on the play.
He's more than a capable linebacker. And on the offensive side, Concordia loses a couple of linemen, and at the skill position, they lose nobody, it looks like. And so they got to be real happy about that.
It's fourth down for Bethel. And they'll not punt. They'll bring out a team that will try to execute a first down. Here's Nelson dropping the throw deep. Goes up over the top, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Mike Lundeen. And it falls incomplete, and the Cobber defense holds here. And the offense will take over at midfield. It's first down Concordia with 1:17 to go. Well, we're at the point in the game where we might go out on the limb and say that the Cobbers are close to having this one in the book, leading 32-14.
Well, I would say, Larry, for you, that's a big step. Being the conservative guy you are, for you to say that, I think at 117, you're pretty much on the button, buddy.
Well, you know, there are things that can happen in a ballgame.
Roger Staubach isn't playing for Bethel, is he?
And Concordia has the football. Kyle Oderman inside handoff to Mike Flynn, and he powers off to the right side and picks up a couple of yards short of the 48-yard line.
I suspect these next couple of carries, well, I'd like not to say that Eli Shuff may get him, but that can't happen because Eli Shuff's 50 yards away on the sidelines, and Rod Edlin's getting an opportunity to play here.
Eli Shuff will finish the game with about 150 yards rushing. Jeremy Tweet's last carry was for minus yardage. And at the end of the game, we'll kind of take a look and see how those numbers stack up. High formation for the Cobbers, strong left side. Oderman will step under center. Could be the last play of the game. Wide receiver right, and 2 to the near left side. Oderman takes a snap and pitches. Near side for Rod Edlin. Turns upfield. He's across the 45 and goes down at the 40-yard line, 44-yard line rather. And a gain of about 4 yards for Edlin. And the ball will be declared ready inside of 25 seconds. So Cobbers need not put this ball in play, and only if Bethel should call a timeout. And I don't think they're about to do that.
Kyle Oderman's rushing and saying, hey guys, we're all seniors, let's get in one more play. And I think that's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to get in one play real quick.
Now the officials have stopped the clock because Bethel has taken a timeout. So we still will have one more play to run. After the game tonight, stop in at Hardee's and enjoy a 99-cent roast beef sandwich. That's at Hardee's. You pick your favorite location.
Well, it's only fitting. Kyle Oderman, senior, he wants to finish this game, the last game of his career as far as regular season. And give a chance to move around like Ron Edlin also in the game in this last year. They started calling together, they finished together.
So we'll take a look at one more play here with 8 seconds remaining. And again, a reminder, the basketball teams tip things off tomorrow afternoon. Exhibition play starting at 2, the women, and at 4 with the men.
Main audible here, maybe compete with him. I don't know, you never know with a guy like that.
8 seconds to go. Here's the pitch out to Rod Edlin. Mike Flynn leads the blocking. Edlin heads to the far side, has the first down as he runs out of bounds, and there'll be one more play, stopping the clock with 2 seconds to go.
I suppose these seniors are trying to savor this moment a little longer. Like I said, you never know with Kyle Oderman. They may call some running play, and he may just audible.
They'll bring the ball into the right hash mark. Cobbers needed not just a win, but a rather impressive win. They've got that. And now they'll go into the protective stance. Rod Edlund is a good 10 yards behind the snap, just in case the ball pops loose. Kyle Oderman will take the snap and drop to his knee, and that is the final play of the game. The Cobbers raise their hands in victory. Our final score, Concordia 32 and Bethel 14.
The officials for today's game, the referee is Greg Swan, umpire Dave Robinson, linesman Jeff Johnson, the line judge is Ralph Erickson, and the back judge is Paul Nesbitt.
The kicker is Brian Barnick. Actually, he does the placements. He's not kicking off. We'll double check who that is. That is the punter who kicks off as well. The kick is taken by one of the short men. This is Kip Knippel coming to the right to the 30, 35, dragged from down behind by the 37-yard line. Downfield to make the stop for the Cobbers on the play was Shane Hansen. It was Marcus Erickson doing the kicking, and Kip Knippel returns to the 38-yard line. Knippel has been flipped over to a defensive player here late in the ball game, or late in the season rather, but he's still out there playing on the return teams. The Johnnies start 1st and 10 at their own 38. They send Herbst out wide to the left. Palmer is wide to the right. Widmeyer, the tight end, is on the right side of the formation. And Ramler will throw on 1st down. Shovel pass, Bill Larson has some running room. Cuts across the 40 to about the 43. And a nice play stepping up out there for Concordia to shut that down. Stepping in was Chad Johnson, their fine middle linebacker. Did a really good job there of cutting through the defense, Gary, and getting in to make the stop after a gain of only 4.
Well, that was a good. St. John's, I think there was motion.
You're exactly right. Motion against St. John's is the call. Now, this is be an interesting play. I would think that Concordia may look at declining this because the Johnnies went for no gain. They have a choice of 3rd and 6 or 2nd and 11. And they may not want to give the Johnnies another down with the football. Let's see what happens here.
I think they're going to take it.
Going to send them back. That's a tough call. That's right in between.
Yeah, it is. You have either, 3rd and 5, or you go to 2nd and 10. Well, if you have a lot of trust in your defense and a lot of confidence in them, you push them back.
2nd and 11 will be the situation after the penalty for the Johnnies. The same 5 up front. Tim Coker is the center. Dave Schrummel and John Callahan the guards, and Tom Ritters and Jesse Redepenning are the tackles. DJ Core and Bill Larson are in the backfield. Bill goes out wide to the left this time. 3 receivers left. Widmeyer is right. Core is the lone setback. Ramler, center screen to Chris Palmer. He's got some running room. 45-50. Has the first down across midfield to the 48-yard line. That little flanker screen, Palmer makes the catch and does the rest, and the Johnnies have a first down.
And you can see Concordia, they really come hard. Their front 4 were just, they came in there like a shot, and that's going to work well. Those little screens, draws are going to work very well against this type of defense.
Concordia's tackles, Jared Scheck and Jason Karen. Brian Bohl and Nate Prosser are the ends. Twin receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Johnnies. Ramler double play fake to throw on first down. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. Sidesteps the man at the line of scrimmage and then is dragged down after a gain of only about 1. Marcus Erickson made the stop. And a gain of maybe a yard, maybe 2 for Kurt Ramler at 2nd down.
That was a wise choice by Kurt Ramler. There was nobody open, and rather than risk throwing it up there with a good drive going, he just got what he could and line up again on 2nd down.
Got it down to the 46-yard line of the Cobbers. 2nd and 8. Both teams 7-1 on the year, 6-1 in the MIAC. Concordia's lost to St. Thomas. The Johnnies last week lost to St. Olaf. Here's the speed option to Core. He's got the corner on the right side. Down inside the 35-yard line to about the 33 before he's dragged down from behind on the play by Scott Smith. Great job to get the corner there. Good blocking by the Johnnies.
Great block by Bill Larson. Again, tell you what, we've seen him do that so often. He just takes the legs right out of that cornerback and allows DJ Core to get outside.
Johnny's moving with a lot of confidence on this drive. Started at their own 38-yard line. Now they're down at the 32 of Concordia, 1st and 10 with the opening drive of the ballgame. Wide to the right is Widmeyer. 3 wideouts to the left. Single set backcourt. Ramler back to pass, and it's picked off over the middle. Johnson, the middle linebacker, to the 40, 45, and across the 50 to the 48-yard line. For Johnson, that is his 5th interception of the season. He stepped in front of the flanker screen and took it back across midfield.
And you could, again there, Kurt Ramler probably, if you had that play back, certainly wouldn't throw that same pass. The guy was open for a minute, but their linebackers close very quickly, and they're very aggressive out there.
Another guy you saw a lot of, Chad Johnson out of Litchfield High School, did a good job of anticipating there. 5 interceptions now as the middle linebacker for this Concordia team. First offensive possession for the Cobbers at the 48 of the Johnnies. Kyle Oderman, the senior quarterback, under center. Gives straight off the right side to the big fullback, Halverson. And he picks up maybe a couple down to the 46-yard line. Halverson with 431 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns. Eli Schuff, the tailback, has 749 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Halverson is the big guy they go to when they get close to the end zone. He's the fullback. Schuff is the tailback. Longimo comes out wide to the left. Wide to the right for Concordia is Sean McGee. Back to passes, Oderman from the play fake, lobs it down the left sideline, incomplete, nobody was there. Somebody ran the wrong route. There was some confusion there as that ball was not close to anybody, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the tight end was coming across the middle, and I think that's probably who Oderman was trying to hit, but realized he wasn't open, so he just threw it high. Looked that way from up here.
Tight end is Nathan Merseth, who occasionally will split out, much the same way that John Widmeyer does. McGee and Longimo go wide to the right. Halverson, the fullback. Schuff is the tailback. Oderman under center on 3rd and 8. Rolling to the right to buy time to throw. Steps up, fires, and it is caught for the first down at the 35-yard line. Sean McGee made the catch, I believe. Might have been Longimo. They were both over there. Didn't see which one made the grab. The way they're getting high fives, McGee made the grab on the sideline for the first down.
And there you saw Oderman right there. That was a nice play by him. He rolled out. He got the corner, and then was able to rifle a shot right along the sideline to McGee.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of the Johnnies after the interception and the first down pickup by the Cobbers. Oderman under center. Here's the tailback Schuff with his first carry of the ball game, and He pushes forward down to about the 30-yard line, kept turning the legs pretty good. Picked up maybe 3 yards. Brian Dieter's in on the stop. Also Andy Scheck in there. And to see who's out there defensively for the Johnnies, there was some question as to who would play. It looks like on the field right now, Kyle Cray is at the nose tackle. Also out there, Brad Asplund. He's at one of the tackles. The other tackle, Brian Dieters. Ted Ruzanik is on the field in that front core. We'll pick up everybody else in a moment. Here comes Oderman on the option to the left side. Pitches it to Schuff, who gets the corner at about the 23-yard line. Oderman hung on to the ball until Brad Asplund was ready to lay a hit on him. Pitched it. Schuff did a good job of turning it up and picking up pretty good yardage. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Boy, they really run that option well. That time they were able to secure the corner. Mike Ludwig, I believe it was, got chopped, and that allowed the running back to get around the corner.
Sean Conrad is also out there defensively for the Johnnies, along with Ruzanik. Scheck is on the field. Jeremy Rondorf is not on the field at this point in time. Luke Fraley is out there. Brett Mouchot and Matt Emmerich are on the corners, and the safeties are Mark Smith and Trevor Erlinson. I think I got everybody there. It's 3rd and 2. Second man through. Schuff is hit, pushed back. Second effort may have got him the first down. Pretty good surge by the front line, as actually they did have the first down. That was the first down play. I missed that. I didn't realize that they had given him that much positive yardage on the first play. So that was the first down play, and now it's 2nd and 8 for the Cobbers at the 20-yard line of St. John's. I think they were a little bit generous for Schuff on the last play. They gave him the 23-yard line. So now it's 2nd and a long 7 from the 20-yard line. Twin wideouts to the right, one to the left. And here comes Oderman on the option. To the corner. Waits. Pitches it to Schuff. Almost lost it. He did a good job to hang on to it. And he stumbled forward to the 17-yard line. Oderman waited a long time to pitch it. And then he got it out a little bit in front of Eli Schuff.
Mark Smith out there making the play. That was a good play because he was the only man between Schuff and the end zone.
So now it's a big play, 3rd and about 4 from the 17-yard line of the Johnnies. Under 10 minutes to play in a scoreless first quarter. The Johnnies drove down the field, but then Kurt Ramler was intercepted by Chad Johnson. And now the Cobbers have moved down to the 17-yard line. Here's the 3rd down play. Oderman under center. Coming out, rolling left. Good chop block to knock Conrad down. Looking. Now he's going to run. He has a first down and more. Out of bounds at the 8-yard line. He got a great block. I think it was from Schuff, his halfback, on Sean Conrad at the corner.
Boy, and that's, as a defensive player, you want to keep your feet. And right now, Concordia is doing a great job of knocking the St. John's defensive ends and corners off their feet, and they're able to get outside of them.
Sean Conrad, the sophomore out of Minnetonka, a converted fullback. In fact, he was fairly high up on the offensive depth chart at the start of the season. Concordia 1st and goal at the 8-yard line of the Johnnies. Oderman under center. Give off the right side to Schuff. He bounces off one tackler. Then he's dragged back at about the 6-yard line. Andy Scheck grabbed him from behind and pulled him back. They'll give him forward progress to near the 6. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Concordia has that big offensive line. They've always been known for their power running attack. And you look at some of their linemen, 260, 245, 250. They've got some good-sized people up front.
And this is the area where they've gone to Halverson quite a bit. He has 12 touchdowns on the season. He's offset to the right in that offset eye type of situation. Here comes the option. Oderman turns it up, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Kyle Oderman, with his 6th rushing touchdown of the season, turned it up on the option, a 6-yard run, and it's 6-0 Concordia.
And that somebody there just didn't get to their right gap. There was a huge hole right off tackle, and Oderman, who was running the option, saw that and just took it up and picked up the touchdown for Concordia.
Turns out to be a 48-yard drive because Johnson had returned the interception to the 48-yard line of the Johnnies. And on to attempt the extra point will be Barnick. Snap is a good one. The ball is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:55 remaining first quarter, 7-0 Concordia. We're back after this on 98 Country.
1-800-CALL ATT presents the $9 toothbrush.
My son calls from camp using my calling card to say he didn't pack a toothbrush, so I mail one out and life is grand until I get the phone bill. His 2-minute call was handled by some no-name company. It cost me $9.
Want to always get AT&T's best deal? Know the code. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT.
With 1-800-CALL ATT, those guys won't floss me again.
That's your true choice. AT&T. Additional discounts available.
It was a fortress of mystery. Hundreds of millions were ruled from behind closed doors. Unlock the secrets of Forbidden City, The Great Within. A China Season World Premiere event, Sunday night at 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain, only on Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
Another fairly short kickoff returned by Matt Emmerich out to the 35-yard line, and the Johnnies, I'll call it the 34. The Johnnies will start there first to 10. Concordia 10 plays, 49 yards after the interception by Chad Johnson. Took 3.5 minutes off the clock, 3:36 to be exact, and they lead it by a score of 7-0. The Johnnies, the first and 10 at their own 34-yard line now. Wide to the left is Herbst. Wide to the right is Palmer. Split backs. Here Ramler looked for the shovel pass. It wasn't there. Now he's going to run, and he gets out to about the 35-yard line, maybe a yard gain. Bill Larson, I think, got tangled up in the traffic and never got out in the pattern.
Well, I think one of the defensive tackles realized what was coming and actually tackled him and wouldn't let him out of the backfield. But you were right, Emmett. That was supposed to be that shovel pass that we've seen so often.
Andy, what's the mood like on the sideline right now? The Johnnies, I think, have to be a little stunned that Concordia took the ball down like that and put it in the end zone.
Definitely has changed from when they came out at the beginning of the game. They were very emotional, very talkative, and now it's kind of quiet down here.
2nd and 9 for the Johnnies. Rambler back to pass over the middle. Palmer has it at midfield to the 47-yard line. Chris Palmer with a great fingertip catch on the run on that slat pattern, and he gets it down to the 47-yard line.
And that's what they need to do more of. They need to do some quick hitting, slant-type things against that Concordia defense. They're very quick. They're very aggressive. You aren't going to have time to stand in there and throw long. I think you got to hit the short patterns.
Clock moving with 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 7-0 Concordia on top. Trips receivers to the left, one to the right is Bergstrom. Here's the give on the draw now to DJ Core. Picks his hole, bounces one way, then the other, and gets it down to the 40-yard line. He made 2 sidestep moves in the backfield, and then he found the seam and rushed it ahead for about 6 yards.
Boy, he does that so well where he almost stops and lets the tackler run by, and then he gets going again. He's very deceptive back there.
Gain of, well, they're only going to give him a gain of 5 to about the 41-yard line. So it's 2nd and 5 for the Johnnies in Concordia territory. Wide to the right, Palmer. Wide to the left, Herbst. Now Palmer in motion back towards the line of scrimmage. Ramler back to pass. In trouble. Sheds a tackler. Rolls right. Throws incomplete. Intended for Larson, who had pretty good coverage on him. Ramler did a good job that time just not to get sacked.
Well, yeah, they had him by the shirt, and he was kept struggling. Eventually got away, and he did the right thing there. Rather than throw that ball up and get it picked off, he just threw it away. Now you get a chance to line up on 3rd down, and you get another shot at it here.
So it's 3rd down, 3rd and a long 4 from the 41-yard line. Twin receivers to the right, Ramler under center, comes out on a speed option, pitch right side Core, turns the corner, gets a block, puts his head down, and picks up the 1st down. Got it down to the 35-yard line. That time Larson didn't chop the guy on the corner, but he got in his face enough to allow Core to pick up the 1st down.
And Concordia had a man out there. Ryan Santos, their linebacker, was out there, but he took a bad angle, and DJ Core just ran right by him.
Of course, every time you're able to run the ball, you just give Kurt Ramler that much more time to throw the next time he wants to set up, especially when he's throwing from play action.
Well, you really got to be able to do both, and you need to, you set up your passing attack with your running attack or vice versa, but you got to be able to do both.
Ramler to throw on 1st down, and the ball is batted away. I believe that was Marcus Erickson. No, I'm not so sorry, not Erickson. It was big Jared Scheck, 6'3", 230-pounder, who batted that pass away at the line of scrimmage, and it's 2nd down. He looked like he could play volleyball at St. Cloud State. He went up and really spiked that ball.
Well, you could tell from watching Concordia maybe versus some of the other teams that we've seen this year is they have a lot of good athletes. I mean, they're quick and they're very, very athletic.
These two teams are even in the all-time series. 28 wins for each, 5 ties between the two schools. Ramler Lobs it out of the backfield to DJ Core on the right side. Turns the corner, pushes across the 30 to about the 28-yard line before he ran into all kinds of traffic and is stopped. Nate Presser was one of the guys leading the charge defensively. The gain down to the 28-yard line will make it 3rd and about 3 now for the Johnnies. And a big play coming here on this drive. Last time they were in this position is when Chad Johnson picked off the pass over the middle.
Well, this is 4-down territory, so you have two chances to get it here, but certainly you'd like to pick it up on 3rd down and not have to worry about a 4th down play.
Larson to the right, Herbston Palmer to the left, lob out of the backfield for DJ Core. That ball might have been thrown backwards, and it gets out of bounds. He had rolled out of bounds. That ball was thrown backwards. It went over DJ Core's head, and luckily it rolled out of bounds at the 39-yard line, and now it's 4th down. Andy, from your angle, was it certain that that ball was thrown backwards?
It looked like it was definitely thrown backwards, and DJ Core got kind of held up by the linebacker, went right over his head. They were lucky Concordia didn't pick that up and go.
It just barely rolled out of bounds, and now Ryan Dybel, the freshman, will come on to punt. Ryan on the season averaging about 35 yards a punt. His long has been 52. He's going to try to pooch one out of bounds here somewhere around the 10-yard line, as the line of scrimmage is just inside the 40. So they were in 4-down territory, Gary, until they lose 10 yards on that play.
This is a good time to fake if you do have a fake punt in.
Low snap, bad snap. Dybel comes away with it. Now he'll have to run, and he's hit and dropped at the 49-yard line. The ball was low. He bobbled it once, picked it up, started to run, and was buried at the 49-yard line. And Concordia starts 1st and 10 with good field position again.
Wow, and that you can't make mistakes on special teams, and that was another situation there where the snap just never got back there quick enough.
The Johnny defense needs to make a big play somewhere along the line here right now. They need to keep Concordia from putting together a drive after the second mistake by the offense or special teams. Here's the give off the right side to Schuff. He bounces through at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he was holding that ball way out there. He got it down to the 46-yard line, but dangerously holding that ball out there with one hand.
I thought I almost saw the ball pop out, but it was just him holding it up in the air. That could have been just knocked right out of his hand. But there again, another 4, almost 5-yard pickup just on a straight dive play.
A gain of nearly 5 down to the 46 makes it 2nd and a long 5 for the Cobbers now. Clock moving with 6:20 remaining first quarter, and it's 7-0 Concordia on top. Now McGee and Longimo come out wide to the left. Wide to the right is Merceth. Here comes Oderman to the left on the option, fakes the pitch, now turns the corner and is dragged down by Fraley, but he may have the first down. He got down to about the 41-yard line. He does a really good job of just running that, stringing it out, running it, faking the pitch, pulling it down, and then finally turning it up to get near first down yardage.
And it was very good defense by St. John's. They had on an option team, you got to do 3 things. You got to stop the dive man, make sure you pick up the quarterback, and then have a guy on the pitch. And St. John's had everybody covered, but Oderman was able to sneak in and find a little lane and pick up almost the first down.
Shy of the first down. It's 3rd and about a half a yard. The full house backfield. Here's Halverson, the big fullback. He finds the seam and falls forward to the 35-yard line. 6-yard gain and a big first down for Concordia. Had he kept his feet, he might have gone a lot further than that.
At that time, Concordia lined up in a double tight end formation, the old T formation, and they had 3 people in the backfield, and Halverson's just a big load back there, and they gave him the ball, and once he got through, he picked up another 5 yards.
Halverson, a 6'2", 215-pound fullback out of Fargo. Second man through, Schuff off the right side on first down. Not much there. He dives into the pile and picks up a couple, maybe 3 yards. Brian Dieters and Andy Scheck getting up off the bottom of the pile. Brad Asplund also in on the stop, and Kyle Cray was also there. Pretty good defense by the Johnnies on that play. A gain of 2 at second down.
You kind of see what Concordia likes to do here. They like to run a couple of dive plays, get you thinking inside, then they come back outside with that option or with the play-action pass off that.
Really not a whole lot fancy about it, is it? Not a lot of guessing on what's coming. Twin receivers to the left, one to the right. Now here's a fumble, and Oderman got it back. He fumbled the snap. He was trying to come out on a reverse pitch. He was going to pivot and pitch the ball to Schuff out of the backfield, but he lost the handle on it, was lucky enough to fall on it back at the 32-yard line.
And that, those are the kind of turnovers you got to have. St. John's needs to be a little bit more active in there defensively. That time that ball seemed to stay on the ground for about 4 or 5 seconds, and nobody really went after it.
3rd and 8 at the 32-yard line of the Johnnies for Concordia. The Coppers lead at 7-0 here in the first quarter. Big play. Oderman rolling left, looks to throw, has time, lobs it downfield, and it is incomplete, tipped away by Mark Smith. A great play by the safety to break that one up.
And O.J. made the tackle.
Andy, are you okay? We don't need to call the trainers or anything, do we? You all right down there?
I put a good shoulder into him.
How come you're laying down then? What's the deal?
Slippery down here.
All right. It's 4th down, and the Coppers will have to punt it away. Andy working the near sideline for us, and that play came right into his face. Pretty good play by Mark Smith to range over from his safety position and get a hand on that to bat it away from Longimo.
That was a very good play because Langemo was open there, and Mark Smith came from a long way to make that play.
So it's 4th down now at the 32-yard line. The Coppers are lined up in punt formation. Marcus Erickson is the punter. Again, you got to watch for the fake, but he's going to kick it. He pooches it on the right side. It will bounce at the 10 and get into the end zone. So a net advantage for the Coppers of only 12 yards, and the Johnnies start 1st and 10 at their own 20 when we return on 98 Country.
It's football season, and now's the time to tackle your winter utility bills. You can score big points with dual fuel heating from Stearns Electric Association. Whether you're considering a heating system for your whole house or just one room, our super low rate apply. Call Stearns Electric at 259-6601. Together, we'll tackle your utility bills.
1st and 10 for the Johnnies at the 20-yard line. Rambler back to pass, and he's sacked on the play. And awful lucky he didn't fumble. He had that ball hanging out there, too, and was very fortunate to hang on.
And again, that time, St. John's trying to go deep. They had all their receivers downfield, and that Concordia's front four is just coming hard. They keep coming, and they close down the pocket and were able to get to Rambler.
Loss of about 2, 2nd and 12. Score in from Sioux Falls. It's Augustana 14, St. Cloud State nothing. Under center is Rambler, comes speed option right, pitches to Core, gets a block from Larson at the corner, turns it there, gets it out to about the 22-yard line. Pretty nice job out there on the corner by Shane Hansen, the safety, who actually was Brian Bowl, the defensive end, who fought off Bill Larson and got out to make the tackle. Gain out to the 23, I call it the 24-yard line, gain of about 6. It's 3rd and 7 for the Johnnies from their own 23-yard line. Ball midway between the 23 and 24. They need to get to the 30 for the first down. Bergstrom wide to the left. Twin receivers to the right. Throw over the middle, and it's batted away, almost intercepted. The ball was batted away over the middle by Shad Young, who had good coverage underneath on Chris Palmer.
Chris Palmer trying to run a post pattern that time, and Concordia had it defended very well. They aren't letting them get deep, and that time their linebacker got a great drop and got a hand on the ball and knocked it away.
That was actually interesting coverage, Gary. That man who tipped that away is a strong safety, so he had underneath coverage. That's pretty aggressive coverage by
Yeah, I'm
Concordia.
wondering if they aren't going man-to-man on Chris Palmer, a man under and then a deep zone.
Ryan Dybel will punt it away here for the Johnnies. His long is 52. He could use one of those now. Not a good one. It comes out wobbly. Fair catch taken in St. John's territory at the 46-yard line. Stuart Lang stepped up and made the fair catch. And once again, the Cobbers have great field position.
Yeah, and right now the game is being played on the St. John's half of the field. Concordia has had the ball now 3 times in great field position. That St. John's defense was tested the last series. Now they're going to have to come back and play great again and stop Concordia.
Been on the field quite a bit already here in the first half. McGee and Langemo go out wide to the right. Wide to the left is Merceth. Oderman coming on the option right. Turns the corner. Gets it forward down to about the 41-yard line. They maintain that position between he and Schuff so well, and they just keep running. It's almost like there's about a 5-foot pole between them, and they're both hanging on to either end.
Well, and that's the teams that run the option really well, and Concordia does. You can tell that they've worked on that so many times because they never lose that quarterback to pitchman relationship, and that takes a lot of time to develop.
Gain of 5 down to the 41-yard line at 2nd and 5. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Clock on the move. It's 7-0 Concordia. McGee and Langemo come out wide to the left. Wide to the right is Merceth. No tight ends. Twin setbacks. Play fake. Oderman will throw. Has time. Now in trouble. Flushed out of the pocket. Runs. Picks up the first down. Has yardage to the 30 down to the 26-yard line. He picked a hole, got out of all kinds of traffic, and then picked up big yardage for the first down.
Wow, and there's a good case of a good athlete, because there's no way that he should have been able to get out of that, but he sidestepped a tackler and ducked under another one and then took off running downfield.
A 6-foot, 190-pound senior. He's out of Belfield, North Dakota. And if I remember right from last season, he has quite a bit of Native American blood. He grew up near an Indian reservation in North Dakota. He's under center now, the senior quarterback. The give off the right side to Halverson. He's going absolutely nowhere. Jeremy Rondorf is in the ball game. And Andy, he didn't start the ball game. He made the stop there. We'll want to keep an eye on it and see how that shoulder reacts, because he's really had trouble with that.
I think what they're going to do with Jeremy, just try to keep him in spot duty. They don't want to burn him out in the first quarter. He's their leading tackler this year, so they're going to try to spread him out and use him in only certain situations.
You talk about his and Andy Scheck's importance. Andy Scheck, even though he's only played 6 of the 8 games before today, is the second leading tackler on the team. So he's played 75% of the games is all. Here's a pitch to Schuff on the left side, and he turns it up at about the 25, gets it down to near the 21-yard line. He was tripped up by Luke Fraley and fell forward for a couple of more yards. And again, another big third down play coming. This time it's 3rd and about 5 from just inside the 22-yard line.
And that was that quick pitch out of that I formation to Schuff, and he looked like he was going to try to get outside, but tucked it up inside because there wasn't any room, and good defense by the St. John's defenders.
Down to about a minute to play here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Concordia on top. Big play here, 3rd and 5 from the 22. Johnny's jumped but got back. Oderman rolling right. Looking, now steps up, is going to run, has a chance. Now he threw, but he was over the line of scrimmage. He was way over the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball, no doubt about it. He completed it, but he almost had the first down when he threw it, and he was at least 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they have the beanbag down about 2 yards away from the yardstick.